Hello, everybody, and welcome into episode number 11 of Shackled City, that which slumbers. We're back. I know. It's been a day or two. It's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. It's been too long. Is the truth. It's been too long. So, I think first and foremost, thank you guys for coming back. Thank you to all the players for despite the 2 weeks off and the frustrations that we have with the loss of episode 10. I'm grateful that you are all here. Not that I thought that you would quit, but it's always so nice to get to see the faces for all the voices that circle in my head so frequently. And I'm grateful for it.
I almost had to pick up a new Thursday game, but I held strong. I knew Bub would be back eventually. So
it's crazy. I had the wildest urge to choke you out in public. I'm glad that we both didn't buckle, right? We didn't succumb to the urge. That's insane. But I'm glad that we're here. Thank you guys for coming back. I hope that you're excited to get back into the seat of the story. And friends, viewers, fam, grateful that you are here. It's worth noting that tonight we will start with 3 luck rerolls. That means that we are 2 away. We're 20 gifted subs away from, or resubs, away from 5 of 5. There is a hidden 6th. I suppose it's not really known as the hidden 6th. It's just the 6th, but it's hard to acquire. Yeah, the likelihood of it happening is just, well, it's not really possible. I'm not going to hold out for it. We'll see what happens. We'll see if it gets so bad that you guys have to fight for number 6, but I think we should dive into our recap. All we have is our notes. We have no historical logs. So let's talk about what happened the last time that we played. What happened in episode 10? What do you guys remember?
Well, let's start at the beginning. Hey, Carter, why did you run away from the church in the morning?
It was just before the morning, thank you very much, in the middle of the night. But because Jinya was praying over Sosora because her eyes burst into flames, and Carter felt bad because Sosora's like, let me help you. And then suddenly, Ash Baby meme, and fell backwards on fire. We don't know why.
Yeah, that checks out. Where'd he go?
Away. I just wound up in an alleyway.
Yeah. What stood out about this alleyway? What made you stop?
There were people already there, to which I asked them if it was okay if I could sit there in the alleyway with them, and that's where I met, I believe the person I talked to the most was Morris.
Yeah, you spoke with Morris. What is Morris's station in the city?
He is a homeless guy found in an alleyway. Seems to be... He gave me slight leader vibes for the people there, but, he's just a guy trying to get by.
Yeah.
Who was just there.
Yeah. Did he introduce you to any other individuals in the alley?
Yes, he did, and we just went over their names, but I didn't write them down.
Nealon, Durney, and Christopher.
Yeah. Nealon, Durney, and Christopher, yeah. You stopped here for more than just people. It was raining pretty heavily. You wanted to get under some sort of coverage, and while you opted out of the offer of blanket, it was haphazardly thrown over the top of you anyway. That's how you catch a deathly cold. They were very inviting, all things considered. It turns out the individuals most giving in the city are those that have the least to give. It's wild how that works out. But
Just because
you didn't just go there of your own accord. It wasn't so simple as you found it. You were stalked. Someone skulked and followed you through the night. Creeping? Anybody have any ideas?
That's my specialty.
He's creeping?
Creeping. I got a +6 in creep.
Oh no.
Yet Aiden's the one that keeps getting called a perv, all right?
There's a difference between a creep and a perv.
Yeah, a little difference. Yeah.
The short version is to say that Rowan refused to let Carter go anywhere by himself. so he followed behind him, but didn't draw attention to himself.
Right.
Yeah.
Until, of course, he was sitting across from Carter.
Had to make sure he's okay, and then he comes back. Let him know it wasn't his fault.
How did you know that he was going to do that? What sort of indicators did you have that you were like, he's gonna sneak out?
I don't remember. I think I was like half asleep, and I just caught him creeping.
It was my terrible stealth roll.
Well, there's a
Was
You
Giant
did
really
hear
bad.
him, yeah. And just Rowan's natural not sleeping until everyone else was asleep, combined with the terrible rolls, was the reason he found out.
Yeah, he wasn't exactly the most quiet, but it goes without saying, right? Everybody has realized that Carter is a figure of a precarious nature, and he isn't the most difficult to read, but it's always the most difficult for you to understand his next move. So I guess you're kind of lucky, right? That you were able to wake up, all things considered. What would you have done had you woke up and he wasn't there?
Find another holy person to take his place. I don't know.
Damn!
We don't need nobles. Oh, fake
True.
fake nobles. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, we were in the process. I mean, we're creating another blind holy person. You know, what do we really need him for anyway?
We were making his replacement. No, we would have had to waste time searching for him. So it's a good thing we caught him. This way we can continue to find these missing kids.
You're using this word we. Good thing you caught him. The rest of us did not do such thing.
And Carter, what do you think would have happened had you just rounded out there and just stuck around with Morris and Durney and Nealon and the squad? Would you have gone back to your friends or your newfound allies?
You know, honestly, I probably eventually, but I don't know how soon it would have been. His main thing is trying to find purpose, and depending on if Rowan wasn't there, it might have been a different conversation with Morris. He may have started to find that with the homeless and started hanging out with them.
In a lot of ways, I see similarities between Carter and the rest of like the homeless quartet, right? Like they are without immediate direction, but they're not without goals, if that makes sense. And I feel like that is a lot of what we're seeing in your story. You aren't without goals. They're just not so clear. You move with intention, but not necessarily direction. And you're just hoping that you wind up in a place of answer and that you can help people. So that's not to say that it's so different for the squad, right? The quartet. Okay. So you decided to go back to the church. You fell back asleep. Everything went hunky-dory. No issues. Nobody had anything to say in the morning. Everybody got at breakfast. It was smooth transition, right?
That's right. Went and bought Selsora a cane so she can walk around the city.
What do you think,
We're
Christy?
just gonna keep lying to people in the recap, or what are we doing here? What are we doing? Most everybody had a pretty smooth morning, except Solsora, because everybody had to basically guide Solsora around.
Yeah.
And then she proceeded to get, I don't know if accosted is the right word, but that's the word I'm gonna use. Because Aaron, who knows nothing of what happened prior to the point, but just knows the result, then went and blamed Solsora for the prior stuff that he has no idea about. So Solsora was not thrilled about the whole situation.
Well, before that, we interacted with Jenya and Rufus, who were treating you
Facts.
for the
we did
whole
do that.
night. And then Jenya put us on, like, she wanted to reward us. Like, if we could find these kids, she gave us money up front and to help try and boost the name of the Church of St. Cuthbert, because they've been, falling on hard times these past few years.
How much money did you end up giving them?
She gave us 1,000 gold up front and promised more after 1,500, I believe.
True. How much money did you end up giving to the orphanage?
Oh, the orphanage? I don't.
You gave Jeremir some cash.
Oh, I think I gave him 10 gold last time.
Yeah, that's a significant amount of money.
Yeah. 10 gold to Jeremir. If I remember right.
Yeah, you got lucky, right? You got lucky because if you had given it to someone else that wasn't so, I guess, tightly as affiliated, that would have been a very good night. maybe a couple of good nights, possibly a good week even. So you definitely you helped out for sure. How far that 10 is going to go in regards to the establishment, we'll see. Still, can you describe what the orphanage was like? What's the status? Like what it's it
Rundown.
It's rundown.
Yeah. Yes, it is. It is very worn and threadbare. It's obvious that in harder times they have taken pieces of siding and lumber to sacrifice for fuel, et cetera, et cetera. It's seen better days.
Yeah, it's seen better days. Okay. Our camera turns, and we're going to focus a bit more on a sole survivor out there, someone who did not sleep in the mess with everyone else. Let's talk about what happened to Aaron. Where's your story taking you right now? What happened in 10 for you? You're muted.
Gotta remember that one. In 9, at least, it pretty much ended with me going back to my own home.
Yeah.
I was accosted shortly by someone that I believe was from the people we are pursuing, the last laugh.
Is accosted the right term? I feel like you were invited.
I believe the term is propositioned.
Proposition, probably the word there.
Can you imagine how that would stand today? Sir, do you have any idea what you're doing? I was accosted by this hooker. It was strange. It's crazy.
But yeah, I was invited to head back with her.
Yeah,
Now,
you guys were gonna play like goldfish. Go fish.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you didn't. You didn't bite,
didn't.
right? You didn't take into any of this this invitation's proposition. You decided to go back to your familial home and rest cautiously. You set it up to be protected.
Mm-hmm.
But we knew that. What happened in 10?
In 10, Aaron, he I guess took a look around his family home and then headed out to meet them in the morning in the tip tankard. He heard they were promised some cash reward for returning the kids. It wasn't mentioned how much, and I think a couple healing potions as well, with the mark of St. Cuthbert on them. And then they went over to the orphanage.
Yeah. I think we had this roundabout way of getting everyone together, and we saw the orphanage. We got you inside of the house. You already know what it's like. You got to meet a few people. It wasn't just Jaromir. Who else did you meet inside of the orphanage? The Lantern Street Orphanage.
Patch.
Gretchen.
But Gretchen.
Patch.
And
Yeah.
Patch.
What are their roles in the house?
Gretchen is the
She's the headmistress or
the
whatever you want to call
headmistress.
her.
I don't know the owner. Does she own it?
Technically, she's sort of like the keeper, right? She's the headmistress of the house. So she calls all the shots, all things considered. What is Patch's position?
He's like the handyman / janitor / all around, strong guy that do stuff.
Any idea why they call him Patch?
He had an eye patch over his eye.
Yeah, he has an eye patch.
And the kids really love him.
Kids do really love him, or did. They're not there now, but they have quite a founded relationship. Not all of the kids were taken, however. Who wasn't taken?
Andros.
Andros. Yes. What do we know about Andros? What's the deal with this kid? Why is he so excitable?
Well, in modern parlance, you could say he is most likely on the autism spectrum. He is antisocial, keeps to himself, and tends to communicate only in his drawings.
Yeah, communication's not exactly his strong suit in regards to being verbose. It's not that he's inept. It's a matter of preference. And you guys did have a bit of communications. There was some back and forth. It wasn't easy. It wasn't even swift. You had to find a way to connect. And it was rather, I don't want to say harsh. I don't think harsh is quite the word. I think it was abrupt. He started the communication by messing with your artwork, Jen.
Yeah. Yeah, my special interest tends to be the stars and cartography, and he took my notepad and he interrupted one of my charts, basically indicating a night sky that I might have seen months ago or years ago from my hometown as opposed to Cauldron. He also included a doodle that resembled a hair brooch that only my family would have seen in my mother's hair, because she usually keeps it covered or doesn't wear it in public.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a pretty big indicator there. Some interesting pass, which led to the revelation, and it was the end of our session even, but we'll round back to what else occurred, but the revelation that Andros very likely is your character's sibling.
Very much so. Thanks to Rowan, basically poking Aiden in the middle of the head to get him to focus, and drawing a rough composition of his known family members. Andros took it. He shredded the figure of my Uncle Shelley, whether in rage or because he's gone or whatnot, we don't know. He made a couple of different piles of my various siblings. And the figure of my mom, he basically cradled in his hands, and he actually vocalized, and he said, "Mom."
Yeah. Yeah, he did something interesting to your siblings. Something that kind of, it left everybody not really like sort of in a spin, right? But it left some questions as to what this could mean. What did he do specifically to your siblings?
Well, he broke them in. Well, he gave a suggestion of wings, and he broke them into groups. My twin brothers, were set in one group. And 3 of my other siblings are all set by themselves, but in the same pile.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not the only information that you got. You asked a lot about the children. The children here at the Lantern Street Orphanage. You needed to know, why was he left? Why were the other children taken and Andros left? What's that about?
Well, that's a good question. What we do know is, I believe, thanks to some of the drawings, it looked like there was this creature that may or may not be called a dark creeper, who seemed to come from the walls and snatch kids.
Yeah. Christy, what does Soul Sora know about dark creepers?
So Sora knows that dark creepers don't really come this close to the surface unless they have a reason or a goal or some sort of task that would bring them up this far from the underground. And so Sora also knows them from Carter's description of them, because she remembers her parents trading with them when she was younger. And she remembers her mother being very insistent she never trusts dark creepers, even though her family traded with them on a regular enough basis.
What sort of indication do you have that your family might be involved? If
Well,
there's any at all.
The fact that it's already a creature that is part of the Underdark, any layer of the Underdark for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
But additionally, the riddle that they got for the orphanage mentions a half-dwarf. And so Sora, since that, has probably considered the thought that half-dwarf could be any kind of dwarf relation, but Dwergar are very similar to dwarf. So she's wondering if they're related in some way. So Sora's got a couple thoughts, but I don't think she's like vocalized most of these.
Was there any other indication that may have made you think that this could be related to your family in any way?
This was 2 episodes ago, but when we were attacked by the last laugh for them because they were fighting Rufus, Carter got a piece of technology stuck to his hand that looks very much like a piece of Underdark technology that Sora recognized and knew exactly what it did and how it was made, and her family had been related to the concept of making this kind of thing.
Technology is an interesting term for this, but I don't necessarily want to say that this is like a contraption, right? Like it's not really a doodad as much as this is more along the lines of a trap,
right?
Of some sort. What was the standout piece? What made you realize that this is not something that was naturally from the surface?
Oh God, wasn't it made from something specific that Sora recognized?
Yes.
I was gonna say, it was made from something specific to the Underdark.
What do you got, Farm?
That Sora recognized.
It's the Umber Hulk leather.
Umber Hulk leather, yeah. A creature specifically known for traversing the Underdark. Not many people would actually know that, but if anyone would, it would be Sora. She would be very well aware that not only does her family have experience in making traps and various things from this type of leather, but those creatures are specifically Underdark, limited to that location. Now, bear in mind, the Underdark is big. It's a very, very big place. Nobody even knows how far it traverses, up and down, right? Like obviously there is a limit. The surface is the limit, but there are many structures that break beyond the surface, and even through that, we see that dark elves, dark dwarves, they still have connections through. So it's difficult. Was there anything else of note that occurred in 10 that you think is worth speaking on?
That I recall.
Was there anyone else involved beyond the church?
Oh yeah, there was 2 people from the mayor investigating the missing children as well. Thero and Felion.
Fario and Felion, yes. Yeah, they're doing some investigation of their own. According to whom? Whom sent them?
It was like is he mayor? Like
Yeah, it was the
basically like
Lord
leader.
Mayor himself.
Yeah.
Lord Mayor, yeah. And that actually bothered your character a lot because of why?
Yeah, because the guard captain wasn't aware of it, or at least he didn't mention it.
Yeah.
We asked him to go over the entire list of missing people, and Leona didn't mention it either. As far as they are aware, they're the only ones other than the church that are actually working on finding these kids.
Strikes you as a bit odd, right?
Mm-hmm.
Slightly suspicious story.
Okay. All right. Nothing else. We're good on that? It's been 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks.
See, I thought we were good, and then Bub said it like that, and now we're not good. What did we miss?
I got nothing.
And
I guess there was
then-
the mace of.
That was 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
That was 2 episodes ago.
That's okay. That's okay. Some things are meant to go nuanced and left behind. Not everything is going to be as important.
This is kind of related, but not. So Sora's whole thing was trying to help Carter with his mind block. And so Sora, by now association, what she saw, she doesn't remember anymore because she has her own mind block as to what happened. So she's really frustrated that she remembers doing something really important, and then she lost her sight, but she has no context as to why.
Mm-hmm. That's rough. That's rough, knowing knowledge beyond your character and not being able to share it in game.
Fuck you guys.
I've literally given you this full censored bar filled with information in regards to his character and why it's happening, and you're just like, welcome to the meta zone where we can't use any of this.
I'm just like, how dare you?
Yeah. Okay. Then, without further ado, we have 3 luck rerolls. We're 1 into our 4th luck reroll, 9 to go still. If you so desire to make that happen, you can do so through gifted subs, fresh resubs, or what have you. You guys will figure out a way to make it happen. Let's set the scene. See where we're at right now. And monologue. Everybody loves a monologue, right?
Yes, sir.
It's good for everyone. Everyone likes it. Okay. There are some truths that do not arrive like thunder. They do not split the sky or shake the earth beneath your feet. They arrive quietly, like an empty bed or a missing voice, a place at the supper table left untouched. And Cauldron is learning that kind of silence. See, the streets, they still churn with life. Markets are still open, tankards still rise, but beneath it all, something has changed. A hush has creeped in and settled over certain homes, certain doors. And most of all, the orphanage. Children are missing. Let's not get lost in the details. They're not lost, not wandered. They are taken. And now that horror has become personal. A quiet child with careful hands has begun to draw something that stalks in from the night. Small, cruel, and jagged shapes pulled from a darkness that only a few of you know creeps from below. Sketches that carry more weight than rumor and more truth than comfort. Something came for those children. And tonight, with any luck, paths will begin to cross between faith and duty, grief and suspicion, all turning toward the same place in the same question. Just remember that some seek the lost, and only a few seek answers. Only that some do not yet realize that they are already being watched. Tonight we will determine if you realize if you aren't being watched. So as our camera pulls back into that room with a sweeping glance, pulling face to face these moments where we see each of you sort of lost deep in thought, the transitional exposition of understanding just your place in the world at that time, how big and how small it really is. One of you sits next to someone who's just discovered that you have a sibling, so fresh and so new in the world, left without their family, and then left without their family. One by blood, and one through being raised. What could that even mean? Why wasn't Andros taken? All of the others were. One of you stands in stern consternation, an understanding that sweeps over you that you may be closer to this than not. And if not you, then your blood might actually be. See, that type of knowledge is something that crept from a place beyond the darkness, a place where the darkness thrives and is just the barrier between the surface and oftentimes what's reconciled with its nightmares. Home for quite a few, a place of horrors for others. Some things just don't feel right. You're trying to piece together the puzzles. Why would the Lord Mayor seek out private parties? Why are they taking the other people in town? Why are there less footprints at every crime scene? What's the correlation? Our camera is going to focus in on Aaron. Aaron, you find yourself stuck in a place of confusion, somewhat mild anxiety as you mull this over in your head time and time and again, biting at your lip, wondering why would the Lord Mayor hire outside help, and why wasn't the head of the guard and the right hand told this? You ask it out loud. You have the attention of your peers. You can see that Aiden is sitting across the room. He is focusing, his face sort of shifting betwixt colors. This fade of surprise and not necessarily embarrassment that tints his cheeks. He's learned so much in the past seconds. He hasn't quite figured out how to word. Aaron, what do you do as you stand there?
It's a good question. Aaron, I guess I am mulling this over in my head. It is a mystery to me, because not only were they hired outside of Leona and the guard captain's knowledge, but they were also hired recently, and seemingly like probably close soon after these children were kidnapped. Because otherwise, I feel like they would have been known ahead of time. So they must have not been snooping around for long to not catch the eye of the town guard. I assume Leona would be, even with all her duties, she would be double checking places that seem to have more clues than others. But at the same time, it's like, hey, my party member just found a family member.
It's a lot to take in such a short period of time. This was supposed to be a somewhat simple case. It's never really simple when children are involved, but abductions do happen. It's more than that. You're aware that it's more than that. Do you say anything to the others? Anything more?
I think his Zoom froze. Yeah.
It did. He'll be back.
Well, with Aiden just kind of stun-locked with this new knowledge, Aaron will kind of speak aloud. Is there anything else anyone can think of that we would need to gather here? Seems we've hit a lot of evidence that wasn't uncovered by pretty much anyone else.
You still said we'd visit the locksmith.
Who's standing next to Solsora right now? Is it still Carter? Carter, are you still like next to Solsora?
Yeah. Yeah, he's still around you.
Yeah,
Solsora's turning to Carter. Can you bring me to the boy?
Boy.
Sure. Hopefully it's all good. And I will take Solsora's hand to like guide her towards Andros, and
She wants to sit she wants to sit near enough that Andros can see her, but not like so close, because she's aware she probably looks pretty freaky right now.
Sure.
But she wants him to at least be aware of where she is.
Right.
Even if she's not quite aware of where he is. And she wants to attempt to say something to Andros, but it's not something Andros will understand. So Sora wants to attempt to speak Undercommon to Andros to see if he recognizes the cadence or the noise. She's not trying to get any punctuation or grammar awards.
Right.
She just wants simple words, something that he might be able to recognize.
Sure, of course. Yeah. You, with the guidance of Carter pulling you in the direction of the boy, you can see that Aiden still sits. He's sort of put his back to the wall, and he's also focusing in on this. They've sort of met this this interesting like silence of communication. Like there's an intermittent word here or there that's spoke of, but they're both so deeply invested. And this is something that Carter can see. I don't know if anyone else is going to explain that to you or not, but unless otherwise dictated, you're not going to realize that Aiden is also there, that he is pretty close. They're not like sitting like hip to hip or anything like that, but it's close.
Okay.
Carter, you pull her over.
Yep. I try and like obviously Aiden can't respond, but Carter will try and be as friendly as he can as he comes over. Like he doesn't understand a ton, but he can tell like Andros is different and they were told to not like spook him, so he's kind of like, you know, he's just giving a big friendly smile and a wave as he approaches, trying to be disarming as possible as he's almost while trying to be as friendly as possible, like show like, hey, I'm bringing Solsora over.
And Solsora's attempting to do the same, but probably not quite. Like she's like waving in the direction, but not fully, right? She's just kind of like hearing him and waving.
Makes sense. You find your way over to the boy. It's not very far. You only have to walk like 8 or 9 feet before Carter stops. And with your senses sort of shortened, right? With your sight now missing, it's a lot easier for you to I don't want to say fixate, but attune to all of the other senses as to what's around you. And this place smells, right? It smells like kids, like dirty kids that are just playing around. They do too much, right? But in this case, what stands out for you is the sound. It's the sound that it's like this charcoal strike as tools are raking so harshly across the paper. You hear the paper shift with every stroke as well. And no doubt it's probably leaving indentation into the lumber of the floor. They're very, very heavy strokes, but you can hear him. There is no stop, no audible acknowledgement of your arrival. Carter, for you, you can see the boy that is just so locked in to whatever it is he seems to be speaking of. His communication is invariably different than pretty much everyone else's. You can see that Aiden is also sort of locked in and understands as they are trading messages back and forth, at least these furtive glances back and forth at each other's documents and papers. There's no words. But a moment will pass, the strokes will slow down, and then he'll start to rock hard again and go back to whatever it was that he was scribbling on, this very loud, and he'll turn the paper and go again, making these jagged ripple strokes. What do you say?
Drawing? First, I was gonna ask: is he drawing like anything in particular with this, or is it just like he's just going like back and forth with the charcoal right now?
You can tell that there is something. But you can't really make it out. Like it's a piece of the puzzle, right? There's something very clear that he's not staying outside of a certain aspect on the vellum, right? But you don't really know what it is yet. The vision is sort of lost.
She's gonna try and use a couple simple words. She's not trying to make any like long sentences, but she's trying to indicate if there was some sort of communication happening that Andros might have heard. So she wants to say something along the lines of, come, take this one, leave. She's gonna pause between them. It's like 3 separate thoughts, but that's what she's trying to describe.
When you speak in the common tongue of the Underdark, it will probably catch at least a few of your allies off guard. At the very least, I suspect that Aiden will be surprised to hear the fluidity of the tongue. But it never really stops the boy from what he's doing. You hear no halt in the speed of his strokes with the charcoal. Nothing seems to avert his attention whatsoever. He's just locked in. You can almost hear the sway. There's like this consistent creak in the board where he's sitting on the ground. This wee, wee, wee.
And that in itself is good enough for Sosora. Sosora either wanted some sort of... It would have been like... Her party members would have already been surprised. It would have been some sort of eminent recognition, she thinks, even if it wasn't verbal. Or nothing. And if the noise continues, that's good enough for her.
Okay.
And then she nods and says, we can go.
Okay. Nice to meet you, he says to Andros as he's escorting Sosora back away.
You see a quick glance, like a shot of a side eye, but it's very, very brief. It's enough to know that he's recognized that you're there, but not enough to acknowledge greater than you've said something. What about farm? What do we see happening right now with Rowan? What's cracking with the world of Rowan? How is he feeling about all this?
I mean, Rowan, Andrew showed him the wall with all his hidden stash of all that stuff, so he would have been looking at that when he drew the drawing of those dark creepers and then opened the wall and like showed the paper moving in and out. He would have been like just clocking what was in there, any possessions, and probably just like, is this the room with the broken window or no? Because remember, there was one window in the orphanage that was broken.
No, I think it's down. I think it's downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it's just downstairs.
I mean, maybe just looking around the room if there's anything else. I know we heard from Silsora that they passed through walls, but like, just if there's any other evidence or anything that something was going on.
Hazard to say the evidence that was supplied was pretty damning, right? He drew a picture and pulled a spot out of the wall to show this kind of scary looking hand coming out of the wall. Do you pull Aiden away?
Well, I was in this now, like that we found this out, like get them back on task. Like we still have other places to go. We should report should report to Captain Skellerang about those people, so we have like other places to be. And the mace told us that like there's a short amount of time, like we need to move. It's like around a clock. So.
Okay. Okay.
Do we want to have Andros stay here? I mean,
I think he's fine here. I think he's drawing these things because he can actually see them. That's probably why he wasn't taken. He could probably react to them. There has to be a reason he was the only one not taken, right?
unless they didn't want him specifically.
I was gonna say, or the Dark Creepers didn't want to take him.
Well,
Didn't know how to handle him.
Either way, he's safe then.
well, just like me, he isn't originally from Cauldron. Maybe there's something about being from Cauldron.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if all the kids were like born in Cauldron.
That's
You could
possible as well.
Could ask Gretchen on the way out.
Yeah.
I was going to ask her how Andro came to come to the orphanage.
We can do that on the way out.
Yeah, I want to check out Patch's room, the back door, I guess.
Let's leave Andros to his drawings and head down to Gretchen and check the back door.
I want to quick just tear out some of like the back pages of the journal that I was given and just leave some fresh paper for him.
Okay. Sure. He's not really sure what to make of it at first, but when it comes down, you see the free hand sort of touch it, just to like touch the overall like type of paper it is. And it's a texture thing, right? Like it's not like he's deliberately trying to drag it closer to him as much as he's trying to get a tactile sensation of what the paper feels like. It doesn't seem to startle him in any ways. He's not like frustrated by this, but it's something new, right? Some new, something new for him to muse over. So then you head downstairs.
Find Gretchen and Patch. Yes. Head towards the back door.
When you head downstairs, you'll find the elderly Gretchen Teshik. She's a little difficult to spot at times, unless you know what to look for. She's a halfling woman. She's very short. There's a bit of a crook in her back, which makes her even smaller. When she sees you, she waves on. I trust you got something from him. Didn't hear screaming.
Yes, we did. Thank you, ma'am.
Did he scare you or something? Why is everyone so somber?
We got an idea of what might have took the kids.
And also that one of our compatriots might be related to him. We were wondering how he came to the orphanage.
Oh, well, let me see. I think it was through Patch. I think Patch said that he showed up on the front stoop one day.
As a baby or how long ago was that?
Not long, it's been a year, maybe two.
So as a child. Okay.
All are children who walk these floors. Even you. Despite your size.
You know, they say men are big babies anyway.
And I can speak on that.
Do you know if all the children that were taken were born in Cauldron?
I don't know. I would suppose so. Most of them have been. All but Patch. I think. Patch was an outer city baby. And he came in very young, and he's just stuck around.
Thank you. Do you mind if we check the back door?
Oh, you have to contend with Patch? That's where he sleeps. Come on, then. It's clear everyone is not so keen on conversating. So come this way. Come.
Yeah, Aaron will follow.
It takes her far too long. Halflings aren't really known for moving incredibly swift as is, but at her age and her physical care, it is comparable to that of a tortoise. She is moving, but she's so happy. There's this uncanny like happiness about her. She seems to kind of touch everything along the way, and she'll sometimes stop and brace her hand across it and filter off what looks like some dust. Just, don't worry, I'll get that later. Before finally she reaches a point, just beyond the kitchen, and you'll see that there's only one door in there. It's the only way through the back of the house.
Thank you very much for leading us. And Aaron will walk through the kitchen over toward the door.
As you walk through, there is, I don't want to say elderly, there is an older man here, probably in his latter half 40s, maybe early 50s. Human man. He appears to be dicing some food. Browse, look up to you.
Hello?
Good day.
You've probably heard from all the commotion about, but we are investigating the missing children.
Seems to be a lot of you.
How long have you worked here?
Been a few years. You hear the sounds of vegetables like clipping through as he's striking several through into the cutting board, dicing them. His fingers sort of marred and nicked up. As each time he pulls a stroke, the knife swings back, and he just continues on and on again. Few years. Didn't always work here, but learned a few things.
And what is your name?
He puts the knife down, kind of wipes his forehead. Why?
Just to get it on the record for the investigation. My name is Aaron.
Yes.
Temar. The name's Temar.
Thank you. I said a lot of us have been investigating. I heard from the mistress that 2 men from the Lord Mayor were here before.
Right. The half-elf men. And you kind of get a better look at Temar up to this point. He, as he sort of like leaned up, he's sort of broad-shouldered, but he's very thin frame build. Like he should probably have more weight on than he actually does. He's a little underweight, but he has a very like a kind of a bushy mustache that hangs over his lips. Not much in the way of a beard itself, but the mustache more than makes up for it, and it's sort of accommodating. It's wispy at the ends, like it's not treated well. It's frayed in several spots. He's got sort of a horseshoe cut on his head where he's balding on top. The apron has probably not been washed in greater than a month. The half-elven boys. I remember them coming through. It wasn't just a few days ago. Every time he talks, you don't ever see his lips. You just see the mustache wiggle.
I imagine they asked pretty similar questions, so I'll just go through them again, but I assume you didn't hear or see anything the night the children were missing.
I don't stay here. I work here.
Okay. Nothing strange in the days before they were gone?
What's strange about it? It's an orphanage. If by strange you mean the sounds of kids playing, that's what I hear most days.
What do you think of the people who work here?
Oh, they're kind. Underpaid. Definitely underpaid. Undercared for. We could do with some updates. I'm sure you've noticed. Most of them Most of them were kids that were raised here. There's only a few of us that didn't have our start in this place.
What about Patch?
Patch? He's a good sort. He's not very old. He's tough.
That he is. That's his room just behind here?
Yeah. He stays in there. He's relatively quiet, all things considered, but if I can just be honest, and he kind of like leans in over the chopping station. Don't let his size fool you. He wears his heart on his sleeve, and is an emotional sort. Heard him crying a few times. I worry for him. The only mother he's ever known has been Gretchen, and, well, she's up to her eyes in dealing with this herself. She hasn't had much of a chance to even grieve the loss of the kids, and nobody seems to be taking it seriously, so Patch seems to be very upset. Kind of pulls back over the station again, picks up the knife, and continues cutting.
Thank you for your time. Hopefully, we'll have more ingredients for the children.
Find yourselves interested in being a sponsor of the orphanage, then?
Maybe in due time, yes.
I think Gretchen and the children would like that. They could afford some new clothes, some things that fit. Certainly some new shoes. The amount of doctor visits we have here are quite literally burying us.
Maybe we can see about taking care of the basics.
Well, that's more than most.
Is Patch in his room now?
Yes, he is. Just make sure to knock before you come in.
Do we really need to disturb him, Aaron?
I would like to check the back door. Just entrance and exits, it's standard procedure. I'm sure 2 elf boys from the mayor did the same thing.
All right.
And Aaron, I'll walk up and knock on Patch's door.
Before your hand begins to fall, you begin to overhear. It's this almost a pathetic sounding sob. Not like heavy, just enough that you can hear through the thin door. Do you continue to knock? Everyone notices that he pauses. The hand comes up and stops just before the door. Which is odd for Solsora because she's just like...
I'm blind.
I'm blind.
I can't even see him trying to knock the door. I'm just waiting for more noises of knocking.
You think of something, Aaron?
Might be better to check it from the outside first.
Why?
You saw how it was earlier. He hasn't quite recovered.
Well, do we need to go into his room to get to the back door? I thought his room was next to the back door. Above board.
Temar says his door leading to the outside is locked from inside his room.
Oh, okay.
We just need to check the locks on it. So
well, then you'll have to go through his room. You're not going to be able to do that from outside.
Thank you. And Aaron will knock on the door.
You hear
can I? I'm naked. Give me a moment. Let me compose myself.
Take all the time you need, Patch.
It's a very loud sound. The way that it communicates is quite loud. It's enough so that even you, when you glance back at Temar, you see just this like wiggle of the mustache. Just a wiggle across his face.
Well, you did say he was young.
Give him a moment to compose himself. The door will open, and you just see like just this much of his face glance down at you because he's like almost 7 feet tall.
Yeah,
He's a big boy.
Did you need something?
Yes, just one quick thing before we leave. We need to check the lock on the back
Did you
door.
hear anything?
Nothing at all.
Promise.
Promise.
I really was naked.
Good thing you let us know. The pervert over here might have came in.
That would be bad. That would be very bad.
Very bad.
I let out the biggest sigh and try my hardest not to smack the back of Rowan's head with my hand.
Are we okay to come in now?
Yes. Be careful. There's not a lot of space. You'll see.
And when he swings open the door, it's not really a room. This is like
A hallway to the door.
Is it like a mud room
This
right
is
before getting into
Closet under the stairs?
yes to both of those. It's a 4 foot by 5 foot room. He cannot even fully lay down, stretched out.
It's like cuddled in the corner.
Yes.
Welcome into. I would offer you a place to see, but there's not much seating.
Me and
Sorry.
Sosora can wait out here. We can't look at the lock anyway.
Yeah, the only one. They can only probably fit one more person in the room with him.
He pulls what looks to be like a folded blanket several times over off of a very small footstool, which would just be enough to double Gretchen's height, but really not very tall at all. And he moves it into the corner and sits down.
So did you need to see something specific in with my door?
Yep, just need to check the lock on the back door.
Well, there it is.
And I'll take a look at the lock.
It's very lucky.
I would hope so.
When was the last time the door was unlocked?
I don't know. Nobody goes through it, not even me.
Yeah, imagine no one could go through it if you were in this room.
It would
Makes
be
sense now
difficult.
what Jaromir said.
They'd have to step over the top of me, and then they'd have to get in through the very good lock and the very locked door.
A very good lock, you say?
Well, I've not been able to open it without a key. I suppose if you could open it without a key, it'd be a very padlock, wouldn't it?
It makes sense.
Logical.
You don't have a key for this lock?
No, Miss Gretchen does.
I just kind of want to examine the lock.
Sure, what would you like to use?
Probably, let's see. Would you take a... I have perception, I have knowledge engineering.
Knowledge engineering would work for the identification on this. Sure, let's see what you got.
Huge.
20.
20's good. 20's good. It's enough for you to realize that this is the quality of lock here is probably more valuable than most of the stuff in the house. This would take someone with a very strong sense of engineering to even develop this.
Gotcha. Does it have a maker's mark on it?
It does.
Gotcha.
There is an embossed, almost it looks like it was steel stamped, or in this case, heat embossed on the back of the lock. It says G.
G. G, you say?
G, I have said.
Like Master Keegan Gelv.
Yes.
Gotcha. Aaron will kind of just pull out his kind of like notepad-ish book and kind of just do like a kind of hold a piece of the paper over it and kind of like use charcoal to just go over the kind of make an imprint with the charcoal on the page.
You need to you gotta make a imprint of the letter G. You're gonna forget it.
Just, it's a maker's mark. It tells you who made the lock.
Oh, it was made by Master Keegan.
Yes, I sort of recognized it, but I just
You
want
could have just
to...
asked. I could have told you that. Maybe I'm better at detecting than you.
Might
Maybe.
be a hidden talent.
That's a good idea. I should tell the headmistress that. She said I was talented.
Hmm.
Maybe I could get a job working for Master Keegan.
This is an expensive lock. Probably more expensive than the door that it's on.
Well, I suppose so. That's made of metal and that's made of wood.
Well, thank you for your time, Patch. Make sure to let everyone know how much of a help you were on the investigation.
Well, it don't mean nothing if I have to tell people about how good I was. You tell them.
Sure thing, Patch.
Thank you. He seems very nice. You should take lessons from him.
And I'll just spin around and walk out. Close the door behind me.
As you're walking out, Patch is just like,
Hi, Patch.
Just gonna give him the shrug and be like, all Aaron is missing is a cape. Like, flips around with the cape and then walks out.
it's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patch waves.
Bye.
Boy.
Yeah, but before exiting, I'm going to turn and look at Patch, and you said, and you thought I was the weird one.
No, I thought you was a pervert. He's a weird one.
Rather be weirdo than a pervert.
You shut the door. You begin to exit. Tamar is still giggling. The only way that you know is just the chuff and the wiggle of the mustache across the face.
I would imagine.
You know when someone laughs but they don't make noise, but you can see it in their shoulders? That's what you get.
Yeah,
you get the
exactly.
wiggle of the mustache and then the shoulders going.
Yeah, and Aaron, I'll just kind of nod in thanks and continue out the orphanage.
Camera lingers a little bit as everyone's leaving the room. Tamar looks up and just focuses on him for a second. Real detectives they are. And follows the rest of you as you exit the house. Gretchen tells you to come back anytime, especially if you find out any news on where they are, or if you find anything. We'll take any sort of boon of news would be helpful, something to help with sleep at night.
Make sure to do that, Miss Gretchen.
Make sure to sleep at night.
You'll be one of the first to know.
I hope so.
As they exit, I'm going to hang back a little bit and go up to Miss Gretchen. You said he came in with Andros. He came in with Patch about 2 years ago. 2 years is quite a bit of time, and I noticed you've got the papers and other things that he's drawn on the wall. Does he? Do you have any? Did he have any previous drawings? Do you have any other of his other artwork or whatever?
To be honest, he came with nothing. It's not that Patch found him out in the wilds. He was on the front stoop. And he did have something. It was just a small thing.
Can I see what it was, or what was it?
I didn't survive. It didn't last long enough. It was just some type of, imagine a heavy paper. And I remember it. It was just a star. There was just a star. It was pinned right to his front shirt.
Can you describe? It was. What did the star look like?
It was like how you would draw a star. It was done so in pen. There wasn't any charcoal to it, but it was a star.
There was a star on a piece of paper pinned to his shirt.
There was something that does stand out. It's not... I don't know why I remembered this now, but on one of the legs of the star, it was darker. The lines were not heavier, but like it was filled in.
Aiden's gonna pull out was it a 5-pointed star?
It was.
Pointed up or down?
Down. It was the bottom left leg. I just thought it was done in haste. Sometimes when we're writing things down, to go to the market, and you got to be quick or you forget something. And I thought they just did it real quick. I thought he did it since he liked to draw so much, but he had nothing else on him. So I don't know how's he come with the pen.
Thank you very much. You wouldn't mind if I come and visit him often from time to time. I know they mentioned there's... Honestly, I think there's a good possibility I might be related to him. I don't have stable domicile in the city as of just yet. If he could stay here, I can pay for his room and board.
We do just fine. We're getting by just fine. But we wouldn't shrug or shirk away any sort of additional financial returns. We just can't segregate that for just one child. It would be for all of them.
I wouldn't ever want you to play favorites. This is an orphanage after all.
Good.
I'm just I had quite a shock today, and I am concerned. That is all.
I suppose it's not a shocking day if you've not woken up then. Every day comes with its own type of shock. Try raising as many kids as I do.
Counting the 5 that are missing, how many are currently in residence here?
There are 5 more.
Aiden's going to reach into his pouch and with his fingers just count out 10 coins, pull it out, and hand it straight to Gretchen.
Well, aren't you being so kind? After already receiving 10 from your friend.
That was from him. This is from me, and
Wait, why don't you call the rest back? They can do the same. This would be good for everyone.
It's to salve my own conscience right now, because I feel guilty walking out the door.
It's fine. It was in jest. We're grateful. It will help. I'll be honest with you. Not to mince words, but it's not enough to make this place as up to snuff as it should be. But it will fix some things.
Well, hopefully, if this current job I'm on goes well, I'll be able to give more and pay back. I've got 2 years of his upkeep to pay for. In addition...
You owe him nothing. You don't even know if he's your brother. He couldn't be your kin at all.
It doesn't matter. It's possible. Anything is possible. But you know the difference between what your head and your heart say.
Well, my body speaks from many angles, not just in me head and heart. Depending on the night that Tamar's making a particular food, it might be a few things that you don't want to hear talking.
And I imagine the ankles, knees, and hips when rainy season comes.
Screaming!
I just want to personally say thank you for your efforts, Gretchen. You probably don't get the appreciation you deserve, or the thanks.
If I was younger, I might blush. But I'm too old for that. Now leave.
You're never too old to blush, Gretchen. You're never too old to blush.
Go on.
With that, Aiden will head towards the door.
You hear the click of the tongue in her mouth again. Go on.
Perving on an old lady.
They're about the same age. You find your way back outside. You're standing outside of the orphanage with some newfound information. 10 to 20 gold poorer.
But more than 20 gold richer in spirit.
We prefer the term 20 gold lighter.
Less encumbered.
Less encumbered is a nice way to spend that. I support it. I support it. It is still early enough in the evening that you have found a very bustling city. Cauldron is still alive, my friends. It is still a little rainy. Raining season hasn't quite come upon you yet, and it is still a surprise. Goes without saying, you've come back together. You are escorting Sulsora wherever you go, but what do you do with this newfound information? Can I get some perceptions, please, from everyone? Except Sulsora?
Wait,
I mean, I did it instinctually, but yeah, that makes sense.
Is this happening outside of my 30-foot range by chance? Do I even get the perception?
Okay. They don't get to make a perception at all. Okay, that's what I needed.
Pog would love that.
What do you do?
So I heard you mention Mr. Gel's name. This is the second time it's come up in conversation there, Aaron. You wouldn't happen to know where, well, I'm sure we can find his offices. I'm sure he's got some.
I'm sure he's not well known, but he's been here since I was around. It was mentioned by Jenya, so something we definitely have to go to. Though I am wary of doing too much with Sulsora in the state she is.
So we're just going to sit around till she feels better?
Not sit around. We have a solid lead, and I would like to report that back to the Tercion and Leona to see if anything we have matches up with what they have. I need to report quite a lot. I want to check up on the homeless men that were taken custody the other night.
Wouldn't it be better to check all the leads and then report back, than report back half of what we know, or half we found out?
What's on the way? Like, if we go in the direction of the guard captain, is this locksmith on the way there?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's a good question. I don't know where the locksmith is currently.
Give me a knowledge local.
I got no local knowledge.
I don't have it trained, but
I'm blind.
But you
I'm
grew
blind.
up here. I'm blind. You grew up here, goddammit.
Okay, I don't have it trained, but can I argue knowledge local? Because I do know Keegan Gill from the first time I was here.
Yeah, I think it's fair. I think you can ask about that.
Yippee.
Okay, so we've got an 18 from Christy and a 12 from Aaron or Ivy. Ivy, your recollection is, it's on technically, like, if you're looking at a map, it's south side somewhere, but you're not certain where. Christy, you are a bit more aware as Sulsora. You thought it was off of Magma Avenue, but the direction you saw him going, he could have dipped into either like High Tome Street or Middletome Street. You just believe that it's somewhere off of Magma Avenue south side.
So, in other words, completely the other side of
Other
where
side
we
of
currently are.
existence.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. So Sora will relay this to probably just Carter if Aaron's like way far ahead of them.
I wouldn't have ran off.
If you didn't run off, then she's gonna say, "Oh, I do remember. I think I remember where it is. He's other side of Cauldron though, so we got a little bit of a walk ahead of us."
Well, would we
We're
make
in-
it there before they close? Like, that's my question.
Yeah. What time of day is it?
It's early evening.
We
So
say it was like afternoon,
Early
early evening.
evening.
Yeah.
yeah, you're looking at probably closer to like 4 or 5 o'clock. You're not seeing that it's too late. It's not quite dinner time. But it's a lot of like city traversal and interactions are going to start eating up into your day, right? So unfortunately, things are not just like a 5-minute stroll. It's weaving in and out of the footfall traffic of the city and then navigating to whatever the location happens to be.
Probably about half an hour.
Yeah,
To...
getting to from the north side of the city to the south side, anytime you have to hop to the other side of the city, it's probably about 20 to 30 minutes. It's on the higher side of 20 minutes, lower side of 30 minutes.
Gotcha. Probably around 30, since we'll probably have to ask for directions on the way there. All right. I mean, if we wish to head there, that's completely fine.
Well, I would like to at least. There's like a ticking clock according to
Yeah.
that divination we had. So I'd like to investigate as much as we can before we go back to the barracks.
Yeah, Cuthbert said we don't have much time. We should probably hit the locksmith.
Not to mention, you do know that, as much as reporting in, the guards already have their ongoing investigation. So if they haven't investigated this, or maybe they already have. So all you're doing is just adding and maybe distracting from their own direction.
Well, from what I know, their direction isn't much. But yes, I guess if we don't have much time left for it today, it'd probably be better to head to the lock store.
All right. You said South Magma Street, right, so Sora? I believe that's this way.
Follow Aiden.
I love that. I would like we're going to say Christy, if you would please give me a D100, and before you roll it, give me a 15% range that you do not
Oh
want.
God. All right, let
Blind
me.
for another 24 hours.
I'm just typing it out first, and then I'll take my range.
/ R space
85 to
1D100.
Yeah, I put /T by accident. Whoops.
Oh, remember the last time we had a 15% range?
Yeah, 85 to 100.
Yeah,
I would
okay.
like to pick Bub 42 to 67.
Got it. Okay.
Wait,
57.
57. Sorry, 42 to 57. I can't do math apparently.
That's going to be too many numbers. It's going to be 42 to 56 because you
That's
count
fine.
the integer of 42 itself.
That's fine. I want to count 42, not 57. So
42
that's
to
fine.
56. Got it. Go and roll it.
Hey.
22 is a good number. It's my lucky number even. Okay.
I almost picked a
Well,
23.
Just remember, he only said
What's the
15%,
other
not
option?
15 you don't want.
I
True.
didn't want it. I don't want it. Whatever it is, I don't want it.
That's a safe call. That's a safe call. You guys are met with little interaction. You know, a couple of people sort of like wave on. A few people seem to stop and like gawk, specifically at Aaron, because he looks so familiar. Something about him just looks so familiar. You even hear people saying that over and over again. A few of the people that are passing by with roving stalls seem to stop and offer you guys food or fruits, anything of that nature. And as you maneuver closer to the south side of the city, you realize that you probably only have about an hour of daylight left. Probably about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. It's going to start getting dark right around 6:30, so you don't have a whole lot of time left. But you will arrive to one Keegan Gelves, a.k.a. Gelves Locks A small turret dominates the facade of this 2-story black stone building. Iron bars are embedded in the thick window frames. Beyond the turret's ground floor windows sits a lovely display of locks, from large to small, simple to complex. To the left of the turret, above a heavy oak door, swings a simple sign that reads, Gelv's Locks. The fine print on the sign says, open at sunset, or open at sunrise, close at sunset.
Seems we made it in time.
Just
Thanks,
in time,
Taylor.
it seems.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Taylor. That's
Great
what I've
song.
noticed is you guys have these like really long pauses. So I believe in those long pause moments. Carter is just like, thank Taylor. Like he's just so grateful.
Praising the sun, yes.
And
Yeah,
thanks
so-
be to Paylor.
It's not quite sunset yet, so Aaron will go up to the front door and try to open it.
Sure. It's not very difficult. The door itself is relatively heavy, and what you notice immediately is that there are 2 handles on the door. There's one for medium-sized individuals and one for someone that would be a bit closer to like Gretchen's size.
All right. Wait, Keegan was a halfling, right?
Keegan Gelv is a gnome.
He's a gnome.
Keegan Gelv is a gnome.
Oh, I definitely had him written down as a halfling. Okay.
I did too.
I thought
He's
he
a
was a
gnome.
gnome.
He's a good gnome. That is correct.
Keegan Gelv.
Upon investigation of the door, when you go to grab onto the handle, you can see that there are what looks to be where there were once several series of locks, locking mechanisms, but they've since been removed. And when you pull the door itself, like I said, it's pretty heavy. As you pull this open, you are met with like a flashing of metal on the inside where there are elaborate sliding, blanching locks, padlocks. This is... One, the door is like 3 times the thickness of any door you've encountered in the city. But 2, the locking mechanisms here are... Well, I mean, frankly, it's a rogue's worst nightmare.
I'll look up and castle secure door. This thing, is this a bank vault?
Or
Wow.
just good advertising.
A lot of locks to keep your locks safe.
Hmm.
If someone stole all the locks, nothing would be locked.
Or everything
And there'd
would
be
be
more
locked.
theft.
Well, sorry, maybe that poem's on the mind. You know, anything malachite involved in the construction of this?
How would you be able to determine that?
Does it look like the walls of the city?
No, it does not.
There you go.
It's
Looks like just stone to me.
it's definitely it's dark stone, but it's not the type of stone of the walls itself. It does not match that description.
Nope, I don't see any.
But I'll swing open the door. I guess let the rest of the party go in. And then close it behind me.
Sure. As you enter into the establishment, you are met with, honestly, it's I would say it's very upper class, right? There is a lot of like velour hangs where there are adornments indicating certain types of keys and locking mechanisms. The locks themselves seem to have a variety of styles, things that you wouldn't even guess would be a lock, but you can see the mechanism enough to realize that it moves in such a way that it would be difficult for even nimble fingers to coax open, to afford purchase for any sort of answer of freedom. You can hear the bits and the buzzes of something flashing from behind a desk. The sound of a file raking very deftly across metal. You are not unfamiliar to this sound. And there you can see a man, probably about 2.5 feet tall, standing at the lip of a medium-sized desk. He has a series of steps that are leading up, and he has this very intricate headgear. It almost looks like it's like a leather skull cap, but it has a series of metal adornments that decorate the rear side of the head, and it comes up to almost like a series of magnifying spots. He's like a clockmaker, except the work that he does is less for time and more for protection. He seems very deeply invested in his work at this moment. You hear, come back tomorrow. I'm a little preoccupied right now.
I won't respond, but I'm going to take a look around the shop.
He doesn't say anything as you continue to kind of like browse the shop.
Rowan will walk up to him.
He doesn't stop.
I don't mean to interrupt, but we are kind of in a rush. We hear about the missing kids.
Give me I want a perception. I like a perception from you, please.
Sure.
18's not bad. Let's see. I think that's fair. DC is 20.
Do you want to use a desperation die?
I mean, if I'm allowed to. Now
You
that I know
can.
the DC.
You are more than welcome to. You need a 3 to succeed, a 2 to tie, which will come down to a 50-50. Anything greater than 2 is you got it. There's this moment when you say you're here about the missing kids, where there is a brief pause, his hand almost like moving in a certain rhythm, like it stops and there's a stutter and then it goes back to it as he's meeting new grooves and wheeling away the teeth of this file several times over. What about them?
Oh. Tim and a lot of people went missing without any signs, and everybody said you're the master locksmith, so we just came to get some information. It's kind of hard to get in and out of a place unless you're pretty good with locks.
That's true. That's true. It's difficult to find your way through a series of locks without a locksmith. You've come to the right place, but I'm busy right now.
Time is of the essence, so just any information you can give us while you're working.
Well, what is it you think that I can offer you? In regards to information, you think I have something?
Well, I mean, on the orphanage where the kids went missing, there was a very expensive-looking lock with your signature on it.
I sign all of my work, of course. It's not surprising to find that in the city. I've been here for a very long time. At this point, he glances up, looking at you, and he moves, like he hits this like tap button on the side of his face, and you hear like the as they kind of like kick up, and you actually get to see how tightly bound this skull cap is to his face, and it gives you a glance at our figure known as Keegan Gelv. There you go. That's Keegan. And that's what everybody's going to see. Mr. Keegan Gelv.
So you said a bunch of locks were like hanging from the ceiling, or like just on the walls.
It's the curtains. It's almost like someone
curtains?
hung curtains and then cut slits into the curtains so that he could use them as a space to hang.
There's a lot of So you said this was a turret. Does there look like there's additional rooms in here outside of the main one he works in?
It's a 2-story building, so yeah, there is definitely more rooms to this place.
Bub keeps saying the magic word.
Which is what word?
Curtain.
That's the magic word.
That's the magic word
from the prophecy.
Sure. This is like Pee-wee's Playhouse. He says the word, ah! Like everyone panics.
Quick, run around the store.
He would lose his mind. He'd be like, get out! Get the hell out!
I mean, are there, besides the curtains on the walls, are there curtains behind them or anything? Like,
no, most of the area, the center stage of this room is just designated for a workshop. And he has years worth of tools that he's gathered. It's not a small amount. This is someone that has clearly perfected his trade. and has likely supplied a large amount, if not all, of Cauldron with the work that they have, with his work specifically.
May I ask, Mr. Gelf, did the orphanage pay for those locks, or were they something you gifted them?
He mulls it over for a few moments. You see his head kind of bounce back and forth as he's trying to remember. It's been so long. How am I to remember at my age exactly from whence it was bought? You said it was for the orphanage?
Yes, they were quite well made.
I am likely consider it free of a charge then, if it's there to help the city and its needs of those that are going without.
Do you do that often for the city?
He pauses for a moment, and now you see him looking. Like the brow sort of furrows, and he's looking at Solsora. And as he's looking at Solsora, like, he kind of touches his arm for a minute, and then he glances down and pulls his hand back. It's almost like there was something that was supposed to be there that's not there now. And he says, I know you. I know you from this. I've seen you in the city before, but I don't know the likes of the rest of you.
I'm new to the city. My name's
You
Rowan.
do know me.
Just put my hand out.
He will kind of like dust metal shavings off of his hand several times and extend it out to you. And it's like a baby's hand, right? Like he's got a little itty bitty hand for a gnomish guy. But you can tell, like, all things aside from that, his hands are scarred. Just marred, nicked, calloused. These are the hands of someone who has worked with stone and steel their entire lives. And it shows. But it moves with a certain nimbleness, a dexterity that cannot be honestly and very quickly found. He's honed his trade. The rest of him appears to be a bit less turgid. He's got a bit of a belly on himself. He is rather unkempt in most of his look. Outside of his beard, his hair is sort of disheveled. It hangs loosely beneath the cap. He probably keeps it short for that reason. The buttons on his shirt are misaligned. It's very interesting, all things considered, for someone that uses such dexterity and precision to make these finer tools. Keegan Gelf. And you are exactly?
Rowan, I'm new to the city.
Rowan.
I'm trying to help find the kids.
Rowan, who's new to the city, who's finding missing children. Very good. Well, how can I be of assistance greater than identifying any of the locks that I have created for the city?
We're just trying to get a better idea of like how somebody would get into a place. You know, your locks are so high quality, we can see that. And from your hands, I could feel the craftsmanship you've put into them. But,
He lets you kind of like pour that on for a minute. And he pulls this like that little bit of his open, not the vest, but the actual like blazer part of his shirt. He like flips it back and he starts tapping on his belly.
And the little front pocket too.
Yeah.
I did that.
I have done a great many things in this city, and in regards to my trade, it would be forlorn to not find it in a building of any familiarity.
I will kind of just start walking around this front area, kind of like seeing like if, I guess, trying to check if the dimensions of the outside check up with what's on the inside.
Are you trying to appear a certain way while you're doing this?
Kind of just look like I'm browsing the locks, like they kind of caught my eye. But really, I'm checking to see it, like, dimensional wise. Is there like anything behind the curtains, or is there like is there like maybe a more than meets an eye to this area?
Okay, I would like 2 rolls from you. I want from you a stealth because you're not trying to be transparent that you're sneaking through his shop and trying to find things, and then a paired perception.
Okay.
Well, while he's doing that, I wanted to say something and see if I got a reaction out of him.
Yeah, I will re-roll that
When he's done.
Yeah. Okay.
21's quite a bit better.
Yeah, and then perception, I'll re-roll that too.
Just setting him up and knocking him down that fast. Yeah, that's pretty good. From 12 and 10 to 21 and 20, it's significantly different. Okay, you've afforded his attention for the moment, but you can tell that he's keeping a watchful glare over everyone around him. What do you say to him?
I would say, that going along with the theme of his high quality locks, it's like if somebody could break through one of those locks, you could say they would have the last laugh.
I suppose that they might be able to do that, but if any of my locks are to be broken, I will be informed immediately. And none of my locks have been broken in some time. Yes, they do wear down, as all instruments do. You must replace things, the tumblers and the kettles. You must care for them. But I would be informed if any of my locks met a demise by the hands of a ne'er-do-well.
Would you say that's the normal reaction, or like does he seem like, or you want him to roll like a sense motive or something?
Give me a sense motive if you're trying to pick anything else up here.
Yeah, that's what I phrased it in a way that I wanted to see if he reacted.
He seems very earnest, right? He seems very earnest. In fact, like, just something about it almost seems mildly offensive to him. Not that you pick up on anything that he's saying in regards to the last laugh, as much as
his quality of work.
His quality of work. He even like reels back.
You're not suggesting anything, are you? Something in regards to my work?
No, I'm new to the city. I'm just I heard how good your stuff is, so I'm just trying to gauge, making conversation.
Of course. And perhaps he wishes to engage in conversation as well. Are you going to skulk around my workshop the entire time?
He is a weirdo.
He's a bit of a skulker.
Admiring the work, I took a close look at the locks that were on the orphanage, and I was wondering...
Yes, but maybe could you admire things that are in front of the curtain, please?
Is there unfinished product back there? I was just trying to get a ballpark of what it would cost to get new locks on the orphanage.
What you see that is unfinished lie before me. And who would hide things behind a curtain? That seems... What kind of unscrupulous brigand do you think I am? I would hide things behind a curtain?
Can I sense motive that?
Yeah. He's not lying.
It's not lying.
Perhaps that's where you would hide your unfinished goods. But I would be at least a bit more savvy of such an effect.
Is there anyone else who works with you?
I've always worked alone. I like it that way.
Are there any other lock makers? Like, is there anyone else whose quality isn't as good as
yes,
yours?
There are upstarts in this city, and they find that they are up against the best. You understand what that's like, finding a way into a city thinking that you're here to fulfill dreams and chase fits of visions of golden glory, but then you find yourself up against the best.
Okay, can we get their names? Because if they're not as good as you, they might be part of the reason why people are going missing.
I don't remember every upstart that tries to strike their way against me. I simply let my work speak for itself.
That makes sense, I guess.
All right. Hi. First off, I'm Aiden. I was a student at Blue Crater Academy 20-some years ago.
Yes. Noisy lot.
Now, yes. Universities tend to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting ready to ask a question. It might sound accusatory, but it is not meant to be. I'm trying to be transparent here. My mother ran an establishment out in Kingfisher Hollow. We had to, at one point in time, replace the locks and such on the building. And I remember when the locksmith came, he had a ring of keys, and he said he only had like 5 keys, but with them he could open any lock that he had ever built. I was wondering if you have or had some sort of master key such as that, if any may have gone missing within the last 20 years?
Of course I have a master key. It's part of the trade. What worker with any ounce of grain of his own salt would not have a master tool?
Well, you said you've been in business for a while, and
long
over
time.
the years, have any of them gone missing or been misplaced?
No, never.
I mean, that's basically what I was trying to find out, is if someone may have taken a key you lost 20 years ago and it ended up in the wrong hands, and now they're using it for nefarious gains. That's all. As I said, it was not meant to be accusatory.
He begins to step away from the table, and it's now that you realize that he's not actually on the stool, the steps. When he steps down, as he stands his body up upright, and he kind of like peters back with his hands in those front pockets that he keeps still tapping on his belly, this like audible popping noise, he is as tall as the rest of you, which is surprising. The thing is, as he moves his way from beyond the table, he's got iron and wooden stilts that are attached to the lower half of his leg. He takes these broad steps. It's almost like swinging outward.
I would. That is very unbecoming of a professional. How would you perceive someone? This is.
And he keeps kind of like, his brain is not functioning right. The accusation of him misplacing something. He even pauses for a moment.
Even the thought is preposterous. I would never lose my tools or my. I know precisely where everything is at all times.
Where are they right now?
Where's what?
The keys.
Which key?
The master keys.
If I told you that, I would be very bad at disguising such an implement.
I mean, why would I?
I
Why would
don't know
want them?
you. You've not even introduced yourself.
I'm Carter.
Very well. I'm still not going to tell you where my master keys are.
And are you the only person who knows the location of these master keys?
Of course. Again. Worth my salt.
Did I see anything from the perception check of checking around and behind the curtains? Did anything seem like off about the building?
I'll need a sense motive, please. I know everyone is sort of caught up in this character right now, and you're just listening, but
Yes.
I need a sense here.
This
Well,
guy's
there's
just
another
rolling
20.
20s. Oh, from everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, about what I expect.
Hey.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
Aiden trusts him implicitly.
Oh, so Sora got a 20.
I was gonna say, I rolled an 11. I gotta be able to do better than that, right? Surely?
You have a +6 to that.
You can tell, Sosora, that none of the others are picking up on it. There's something about the way that he speaks. It breaks normal rhythm. He almost speaks in an unnatural staccato, like the way that it sort of bounces. It's like almost in like a 4/4 time, and then it hits this spot where it goes into like 5/8, and it disrupts the normal flow of conversation. And you can tell anyone else would just be like, okay, I have to focus on what he's saying, not the intention behind it. But you can tell that there's a misstep in his pattern.
I was
Something.
gonna say, is it a regular misstep, or is it just
No.
occasionally there's a misstep?
No, this is at the implications of the keys specifically.
Yeah.
Nobody else noticed this, just you. He seems to step over to the window and pull back a curtain and look.
It's you realize it's getting late, and I close at after dark. At first lightfall. Well, time is of the essence. Locks to make.
I would imagine so.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Gelb. And Aiden will make his way towards the door.
Ever worked with malachite?
Like the stone.
Yeah.
I don't tamper with stone much.
All right.
As we're leaving, Rowan will probably say, just a warning, your locks are really good as we can see, but we heard of things that can pass through walls and locks and steal stuff, so just be careful.
Where he stands, he's kind of like pulled the door open to like let you guys leave. And his eyes sort of flit around for a moment as he's trying to like let that fall under him, what you're suggesting.
Great. That is just great. Goodbye.
What an interesting tiny man.
I told you guys he had nothing to do with it.
Meanwhile, Aaron didn't say he was moving, so he's locked in the...
He's still skulking around.
Still skulking. Yeah. So, did anyone pick up on anything in there?
He's not involved. I know you want him to be involved because that's easier. He's not involved. The very mention of his locks being anything but secure caused him to even speak in a way that I don't think I've ever heard anyone else speak in before.
You're saying he had an odd tone when we brought up the master keys?
I'm saying he really didn't love being accused of using or losing master keys, something that's very dear to him. Imagine if if someone thought you misplaced a sword and accused you of misplacing your dearly beloved sword. You wouldn't be that happy either.
Wait, so he did or didn't lose the keys?
He did
or
not.
He was
I don't think so.
Shocked at the mention of it because he did lose his keys. Or someone took them, or maybe he lent them to someone. You're saying there's something you picked up on when we were talking about it?
Something I picked up on when he was talking back to you guys. Let's just say he didn't really like the way you guys were walking around. There's a bunch of nobodies to him.
Well, if somebody doesn't like you poking around, it's usually because they have something to hide, Sora.
Or they just don't like you poking around.
Or they have pride in their shop and don't want you poking around, yeah.
People don't like when I just start poking around, so I stop poking around.
I have a feeling we will have to... Actually, no. I'm not going to be suspicious. I didn't get any bad vibes from him.
At least now we followed all our leads and we can report back properly.
Oh, actually, there is one question I have for you, Solsora.
Mm-hmm.
This dark creeper, you said it comes from down under, from the same lands you came from. When you came to the surface, where was it? Is there a location nearby, or?
Mr. Water Drinking DM, would you like a particular role for this?
For what?
Sort of to recall this information?
What exactly?
This, where the Dark Creepers would be like focused or located comparatively to where she would have been from.
I'm asking is, so Dark Creepers are supposed, she says they're from the Underdark where she come from. She's from the Underdark. Where did she come to the surface? Is there a cave nearby
it's nowhere,
that eventually leads?
Nowhere close. It's
I figured that was gonna be the case.
Beyond even Sasserine.
Yeah, it was just Aiden trying to connect dots.
I wanted to know if you wanted me to roll for that or not, if that would be something that Silsor would know.
No, you're yours, it's one of those things, right? Like where you were probably preached to as a child. Like we always can reach the surface if we need be, but we only reach the surface when we need to take from those that think they're better than us.
And so Sora kind of didn't fit that mold from the get-go,
Yeah.
so.
How will we find a cave to the Underdark?
Even the one I came in from, Aiden, is nowhere close to this.
Well,
If
and
they came a long way to get here.
I mean, and just because that's where they're originally from doesn't mean that,
That's not where they are.
that there's any connection down here. I mean, they could have traveled overland just like you. I was wild goose the speculation.
Of course.
That was so wild.
Yeah.
My brain is still processing. I heard wild goose bus, blah, blah.
Still
Do we
not
have a-
weirder than what Aaron says on the regular.
Do we have a map?
Of what?
The city, the area,
No.
this
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, there.
probably
You guys
is.
could probably quickly acquire a map of what exactly are you looking for? Of the city or of like surrounding towns or what?
Either or. Carter's leaps in logic is he wants to ask Sosora like, because Carter has an uncanny ability to understand geography. He wants to ask like, what's typically a location that is probably a way down to like the Underdark. Like he wants details to start like looking at a map and seeing if he can make those strange leaps that he can do to start figuring out like where are all the possible locations, because the locksmith was a bust. We're running out of time. He's just trying to be like, it said go underground. Where's underground?
Well, if it'll help, and I dig into my satchel and I pull out one of my various volumes and I open it up and it's like, this is a map that I was working on 21 years ago.
Well, rocks don't change that much. So Sora, how do you? What are the typical things with these Underdark caves? Because obviously they don't all go down that far and that deep.
What are you still staring at me, bub? What do you want me to roll for this? Help me!
He didn't say, "Hey, bub."
Hey, bub, what do I roll for this? What would you like me to roll to, like, recall what I would know from locations that the Underdark would connect to the surface?
I mean, theoretically, like if anything that your parents ever said was true, every place connects to the Underdark. You just got to dig
There's some
deep
way to get
enough.
everywhere. You just gotta find it, yeah.
That like the line of logic, even if you don't know it's there, theoretically, there's one in Cauldron. I mean, even statistically.
It's likely. It just may be really far down, but it's still likely that it's
Yeah.
here.
Can I try and assess like this map to see like what makes sense for like which would be like the area where like logical area for like where like digging could happen for them to come up? Like obviously they're probably, the best, if not some of the best diggers, I imagine, but like
Sure.
there's still certain things you need when digging a tunnel to go that deep for it to just not immediately collapse in on itself.
Right.
Carter, as you're mentioning that, I mean, there are stonemasons and whatever around. They do mining, and this is Cauldron is a volcano. That means there's going to be lava tubes and everything else.
Yeah.
Maybe they might know better where such an entrance may potentially be located. I mean, heck, even the stonemasons guild that, maintains the walls and everything else, they would know, through dealing with quarries and everything else, what sort of thing. That might be our next stop.
Could be our next stop. I still want to look at a map and see if something comes to mind.
What he produces for you is what I've just linked both in chat and in the Discord. This is admittedly not the most clear, but it is what is provided of the Cauldron and surrounding environs. And this is what's recognized by, like, people talk about this. Some of these, they may sound silly, right? Like Crazy Jared's hut. He's really crazy. Like, he's out there. Not someone you really want to commune with on the regular. Hookface is a dragon. Long Shadow is a place that is well, I mean, you don't really want to go there. You have heard about Kingfisher Hollow. You have heard about this place. Because just beyond Kingfisher Hollow is another greater city, and one of your party is from around Kingfisher Hollow. You can probably guess what the haunted village might be about.
Is it a haunted village?
Zombies?
It's a village that's haunted. I know, insane.
Crazy.
That's mind-boggling right there.
Yep,
Or allegedly haunted.
The things that do stand out, the Lucky Monkey is a tavern and gambling den that everybody is well aware of. It's, for some reason, when it comes to like the Demon Scar, any kind of attacks that have ever occurred, they always end up flooding in the direction of Cauldron, and you're never really sure why, right? This is what gets talked about. The Lucky Monkey's like, hey, we're under a god's protection. We do not get messed with anytime the Demon Scar invades.
What about the keep of Jarl Karak?
He's just a casual Jarl, you know? He's Jarlin.
That's where we go to become Thane.
Yeah. Yeah. I imagine you guys
become
are
Jarl
doing
ourselves.
all of this outside
While
of
walking.
Keegan's.
Are we
Are you? I don't know.
on his doorstep?
People
Also,
are walking
Sora,
by like,
it doesn't matter,
we'll come back
Sora,
later."
she can't read this anyway, so this is not helpful.
I kind of figured we were doing this as we were walking roughly in the direction back towards the guards barracks, because that's where
It's like
Aaron
Aiden holding it up so
wanted to go.
Carter can read it and
Sure.
helps Lasara along, because Lasara's not seeing it.
Sure. Now, you know, from Gelv's Locks, right? Gelv's Locks will take you, it's going to be about another, where you're going to the barracks. So yeah, you're looking at like another 30 to 40 minutes. You're going out to the outer rim on North Wall. By the time you reach the barracks, it's gonna be late. Like, you're looking at this, the sun is beginning to cusp the horizon. You're getting those beautiful pink hues, the oranges that are like quite bright and resilient, but it's only so much longer before you are stricken with nightfall. You begin to march into the barracks beyond their stone walls. Do you tell the others to wait, or do they just walk with you?
I'm walking with him if he doesn't tell us to wait.
I'll keep walking till we all stop.
Yeah, well, I'm following Carter, so if Carter's walking, I'm walking.
I was getting ready to head towards our boarding house, but seeing everybody else walking, I just give a shrug, and it's like, well, I guess we're all doing this. You're muted.
Got all of it. I'll pause just after the gate, and it's like, if you all wish to join me to report this information, you are more than welcome to. Of course, it's been a long day, and some of you are still afflicted. If you wish to go have a meal at the Tipped Tankard, I'd be more than happy to join you after I'm finished up with this boring stuff.
I still don't eat. Do you think the captain knows where I can find tunnels down into the Underdark?
All
As
of
far
you
as-
know that nobody talks about the Underdark.
Yeah,
I would say, if nothing else, Lasara knows that that's just, we don't do that here. We don't do that.
there are no
If not-
tunnels to the Underdark.
It's not tunnels. He may have known about tunnels to under the city. if
There is
anything.
no war in Bossing, so.
What boss say no?
Ah, yes.
Don't.
The kids are in the Underdark. They didn't get there.
It's good.
The god you like claim to follow sent a message saying that we gotta go find a half dwarf in the Underdark to save the kids, and we don't have time.
I don't think he said Underdark. He just said under the city.
Yeah, well, all of our evidence so far leads towards an Underdark creature. We gotta go down.
Yes, I agree. We got to go down.
We gotta go down, correct.
No one is
And yell
disputing this,
timber
Carter.
for sure as we go. As a requirement.
Timber.
However, I know all of you were you able to find housing through Genya last night? Or are you all just going to sleep on the pews again?
Lady Jenya has secured us housing for the week, so we are good on that front.
Gotcha. Well, it is quite late, and like I said, you are more than welcome to follow me in to give this report. However, I doubt whoever is running the housing will be very happy with you showing up well after dark to claim your boarding.
I woke up in a hole in the ground. I don't care if we're in a house. Well, they might.
No, I've slept in worse places than a hole in the
I'm
ground.
sticking with Carter. Carter's the only person who will lead me anywhere.
That's because he feels bad for you.
Says the person who literally tried to leave because he felt bad that I got injured by my own accord.
Well, very well. Let me go. Let's go report to the captain then.
Is the same guard at the front desk from
No,
last time?
no, not this
Okay.
time. No. It is after nightfall. There's obviously been like a shift in position at this point. Many of the guards are starting to cycle to the night crew, and you're not met with any resistance when you step in. There's a momentary pause between the person behind the desk, and when they see you, they go, yeah, that looks about right.
Yeah. And Aaron will just walk down the hallway towards the guard captain room and kind of knock.
Door's open already. You don't have to worry about it.
Oh, it's already open.
Yeah, he seems to be like thrusting a few like half logs into the fireplace. He turns to you. Aaron.
Productive day.
Always. Always. Hopefully more productive for you, at least. What?
Yes, we
What brings you?
we have some leads
Leads?
on the missing children, at least.
So you decided to return to the position as page.
We were officially hired by Genya of the St. Cuthbert Church.
Very well. Why are you reporting to me then?
I thought it would be helpful if we could bounce ideas off each other, and I would like to keep the city guard informed as much as possible. Technically, we are operating as sellswords at the moment.
Then you must understand my position as a former guard. The importance of being a man, operating within the confines of the law, not operating as a sellsword. You realize we are not exactly going to see eye to eye on many things.
I understand that, but there are...
Have you spoken to
things-
your sister about this?
No, I haven't seen her all day.
He kind of like, not quite guffaws, but there's a gout of wind that leaves from his mouth. You know, I've made a habit, a practice even, to not disappoint your sister. I don't know if you've ever learned that lesson, but I think she was looking forward to you coming back. And she'll be the first person to tell you to get off the fence and make a decision. You're either going to come back and work with the guard alongside us as her page, or you will continue this route of sword for hire.
Or she'll just beat the shit out of you.
Or me. I have to tell her now.
And
He can tell her.
I love your
He's a big
sister,
boy.
but I am not going to catch any type of gauntlet for you. Any more than I already have.
You can send her gauntlets my way.
So about those missing kids.
I'll talk with her personally, Tercion. I assume she's still preoccupied with her duty at the moment.
She's still training the one at South Wall.
At South Wall. I think she'll still be there. Is she there all night? Or?
She's there all night.
Understood. Do you mind if we make this close the door for a moment?
Well, there are 5 of you and 1 of me, but I trust your intentions. Know that I'm very quick on the draw. And he shuts the door.
Expect any less.
Drawing what? We already met someone who draws today.
Steel. Draw steel.
What do you need to draw steel for?
He's good with a sword card.
Fight if we attack him, which we're not gonna do. Sorry, you have to explain these things a little more literally for Carter here.
Don't worry, if Aaron tries to attack you, I'm going to smack the back of his head for being a dumbass.
Anyway, Tercion, were you aware that the Lord Mayor has sent people out to investigate these missing children?
That's the first I've heard of it. How did you find this information?
From Gretchen, the proprietor of the orphanage. It seems they stopped by a few days ago to inquire about the children.
And whom are they?
From what she said, to going by the names Therio and Felion, 2 half-elves.
And before you ask, no, we haven't had a chance to verify with the mayor's office whether they actually work for you.
Best of luck. The chain of command's a little broken. We've not been able to get word out to the mayor, or at least what we understand, for a while.
Can kind of see why I wanted to come to you.
I'm sorry, I haven't met either of these Therio or Felians. What did you find out about them?
Not much, but now we know they're operating completely independently under the mayor's discretion. And from what I can guess, they're not too interested in any of the other missing people. Just the children.
A lot of people presume that some of the individuals in town left of their own accord. Children with no resources nor a place to go, they find it a bit more difficult to believe that they stumbled out on their own, that they were going on some sort of reprieve, a vacation, and I'll admit it's a bit harder to swallow that as well. Nobody wants to see children get hurt.
No. The second thing is we've pinned down at least that there is someone behind this. The Last Laugh. I'm sure you've heard of them.
He was... Because of the way that you're speaking, you were like, we've discovered that someone is behind this. And he's like, sharp as a tack. But then you hit him with the last laugh, and he's like, what makes you believe that this group is behind it?
When anyone has ever started investigating,
The
Last Laugh showed up.
2 men, I think 3 men were sent here on assault charges last night. Homeless. They were being coerced into intimidating a priest, young priest, of Rufus Lario of the St. Cuthbert Church. He works under Jenya there.
I'm familiar with Rufus. I know Rufus. And you realize that with your position forfeit and Rufus no longer pressing any form of charge whatsoever, we are forced to relieve them of detainment. You are acting as a guard of the city. Now you're acting as a sellsword. By legal terms, I believe you might be doing a bit of a fence sitting.
If you want to get technical, Aaron wasn't there when we were hired by the church. So, needless to say, I'm going to urge him to rejoin. That's just his sister seems like to have the even head.
He seems
Or
like
so
he
the
wants
rest
to be
of
a
us,
guard.
as far as for the rest of us, we've got our own way to make. And to be fair, some of what Aaron is spouting is a lot of assumptions that we haven't reached yet.
Well, you haven't reached. We know for sure that the last laugh hired those men to assault Rufus to stop them from investigating. So they must have a hand in this somewhere.
Before you continue on, I encourage you to make a decision soon about your position in the city. If you continue in this charade without choosing a side in which you stand, and you wish to detain individuals, under the guise of being a guard of Cauldron, it is an offense to impersonate a guard. It is against the law.
I've never once said I was a guard of Cauldron while doing these investigations.
Very well.
People may assume that based on the armor, but I've not directly said it. I know where the limit stands, and you have my word that I will give you a yes or no answer by tomorrow morning.
You don't have to worry about me. I will drink one for you this evening.
I'm going to need it.
He gives you the look of, you know what's coming. You know what's coming.
Also, when we were at the orphanage, since he's stuck on sitting on the fence, one of the boys there, who's not very talkative, was drawing pictures, and he indicated to us how the kids were taken from the orphanage. There were these things, dark creepers, I think Sosora called them. They can pass through walls. And that's how...
Can you verify this? Was there visible proof short of a child's drawing? Did Gretchen Teshik, did she confirm as well?
She could not. But as we've been told, we saw Patch sleeps at the back door, and that's really the only other way in and out besides the front door, and you're not getting past him in that room. Unless you have some other means of getting into the building, and apparently these things can pass through walls.
This would also explain your other missing people.
No footsteps.
How they're able to just get in and out. Apparently they're known for being thieves. Perhaps they started off as thieves of items and eventually they turned to a form of slave trade.
There might be something there. That might be a valuable lead, and something that we can look into. Do you know how they're traveling then? How they're moving?
They like underground. They mostly stick to underground until they come up to take things.
Mostly during the night or during rainy days. They don't like the sunlight.
If they're not leaving any footfall, then how are we supposed to track them?
Well, this is Cauldron. It is a volcano. There are going to be lava tubes and such, even under dormant volcanoes. Do you know any local accesses to these tunnels underneath the city?
Nothing that's still open. Most of it has been closed.
Can you mark on this map where all the closed ones are? So we can at least go check them? I mean, if they live underground, what do they care if they're closed or not?
I mean, your best bet is to talk to one of the brothers at the bathhouse. They're part-time deal with the stonemasons. They're dwarven brothers.
Brothers at the bathhouse. Okay. Are they there at night, or should we go in the morning?
They tend to run a bit later in their hours. So they'll likely be there for... It's been nightfall for how long? And it kind of like glances outside.
Maybe half an hour.
Maybe a few hours still. They should still be there.
Thank you for your time, Tercian.
And you found out all of this, Alright, be honest with me. No bullshit. Did you speak with anyone else?
We've only been to the church, the orphanage, and met with Master Keegan Gelv at the locksmith's.
Apparently his talking got funny when we asked him if he lost any of his master locks.
Master keys.
Master keys.
Why would you speak to Keegan? You presume that he's involved somehow.
It was something...
We received a divine inspiration in a riddle, and it mentioned locks, and he's the master locksmith of the city.
A divine inspiration.
Yep.
A divination, if you will.
A lot of holy people in this party.
A divine divination.
Mm-hmm.
So, you heard it from God.
One of them.
That is what we went off, but he has made most of the locks in the city, including the ones on the orphanage.
He's been here for a very long time. Since before us.
We mostly met with him just to see if he had any idea of a way to get through the locks. Any... like, what kind of skill would be needed?
I'm surprised that he even made time for you. He's been closing shop much earlier. You must have gone very early in the day.
We went just before sunset, actually.
And he was still open. Was he working?
He was.
He stopped to talk to us.
Huh. Then he must have found his familiar. He came some weeks back and said that his familiar had been missing. And he was very distraught about it. He asked us to look into it, but that we couldn't find anything. We looked. He has such rapport in the city, and you're right to presume we even have his locks here in the jail.
A familiar? We didn't see a familiar while we were there.
He was closing the shop early, very, very early, even oftentimes before lunch. He was searching for, I can't remember. It was a small rat, star eye, star hand, star something.
I turn and I look at Aiden.
I'm assuming that's the name of the familiar. I'm not familiar with any vermin with a star on their name.
Yeah, he's saying it was named star something, star eye, star hand, star something.
Something else we can look into, I suppose. It's probably best we get on then. Hopefully next time we meet it can be for more than work.
Do you want to have a moment to talk to him? Like, we can get a head start towards the bathhouse. You seem like you need to talk to, like, he's like your brother now, right?
Yes. Not yet. Not yet.
He's always been his brother, hasn't he?
It's complicated.
It's complicated. It's complicated.
A lot of things sound complicated. You two should talk to make it less complicated.
I don't know how. We don't have anything to talk. There's nothing to talk about.
Part of you see how good Aaron is at talking. It's not going to work.
Can we?
Not if they both
Can I
are
sense
trapped in the room.
motive, Tercion?
Of course, but you could be blind, deaf, and dumb and realize that he
Doesn't
is
want to have this conversation.
giga lying and wants no part of this conversation.
Okay, he's giga lying. I just want to know if he's giga lying. Okay.
Oh yeah, he's backpedaling
Aaron-
so hard
Until
he's
he's
pushing
awkward.
through the stone.
He's
Aaron
like, I
is
want this.
very similarly backpedaling very hard.
We
You know-
Leona, man, Leona would be able to solve this shit.
We only knew each other for a decade. There's
It wasn't even that long. It wasn't even that long. It was
Wasn't even that
nothing.
long. Barely saw each other.
It's been 20
okay,
years.
Okay,
It's been
you
20,
two.
yeah.
I'm often confused, but even I can see that you two need to talk at some point, but you don't want to, so we're gonna get a move on now.
Yeah, we got kids to find. We don't need to
Yeah.
be
Yeah, they're on a time limit.
in these families.
Aaron, you can catch up.
It's not that we don't want to, but he's a
Of
very
course, we have
busy
a
man.
lot. We have a lot. I am quite busy.
You're literally doing.
I'm going to be planning a wedding, and I have
wedding,
all of Cauldron
all the-
to protect, and quite busy. He understands, right?
Yes, yeah, I understand.
Sure
I was in
thing.
it.
I totally believe you. Come on,
Yeah, you
Sosor.
guys.
Yeah.
You guys can cross swords later. We get it. Bye.
On his way out, Aiden goes, "Take it from someone from a large family. Hugging it out, no matter what, always solves the problem."
And when you say that, he goes,
And believe it or not, the less you want to hug, the the better it works.
you just see him slowly turn back to the fire.
Aaron will speed up walking down the hallway and out of the guardhouse.
You can tell as you exit the guardhouse just how uncomfortable Aaron is, but Tercion couldn't escape the room, okay? He was stuck in that room. It was his own prison and hell at the same time.
He's just standing there poking the fire log.
Yeah.
Like, fucking people, get the fuck out of here.
I don't believe.
Comes to me. This is stupid, I swear. I'm telling you as soon as she gets in. Who hugs
Yeah.
in 4842 BD? This is ridiculous.
My dad never hugged.
My dad never hugged me.
Well, considering what we know of Tercion the Elder, I'm sure his dad never said, "I'm proud of you" either.
Not to him.
No. Only his brother-in-law.
And now we know the real source of the tension.
Is there any conversation, or are you guys just letting him, like Richard Simmons, power walk away from this place?
I am Richard Simmons power walking away from this place.
I lean down to Sosora.
Are you
and
not
it's
gonna
like,
talk to Leon? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna talk to anyone. He seems really awkward.
You
Family's a tough
It's-
thing, Carter.
uh,
You and I have it easy when we don't have to look at our relatives in the eye.
I wonder
I'll,
if I have
I'll
relatives.
stop on a dime and turn around. It's like, I have a complicated relationship. I just got back. Do we want to go to the stonemasons tonight or tomorrow morning?
At least
Well,
you
it
have
seems
a
like you wanna-
relationship.
Farm, can I
Yeah.
get a memory test from you?
Memory?
Yeah, it's wisdom. You're just gonna click your wisdom.
Oh, I love those. Those are my favorite. I don't know if Rowan will like those. That's not bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're satisfied, but I will extend an offer of a desperation die. You've
How many
already used
rolls you
one
got,
tonight.
I haven't used any rerolls, so let me reroll first.
Why don't you? Well, that's
One
You're
more.
getting a little further. You're getting a little further away.
Last one. Nope. That's
Shit.
it.
You
I
could
used all three.
still technically make it, but you would have to Hail Mary a desperation die.
Where's the button? This is mod view.
She's like, 9 subs incoming.
I was gonna ask how many it was.
It's 9. It's 9 until the
9?
next one.
Oh, that's really crazy. Who would have?
It's crazy that we're about to get 9
coulda?
subs,
It
guys.
just came
Oh
through.
dang! Wow, whoa,
And it's gonna be
that's
less than 11, watch.
wild.
Bam!
Last
It was
one.
loading. My bad, chat. It was loading.
I guess I'll use 1 desperation dice to see.
Danny is pay to win.
You need-
Danny is
you
always
need-
pay to win.
At least 4, right?
Yes, 4 is a success. A 3 is a tie.
It's 50-50.
Oh, I failed. Oh well. Sorry guys. I don't remember shit.
You want to try again? Give it one more go?
Stop, Christy.
Want to go one more go? No, just one more. Just one more, because we're like 4. One more? I'll do it if you want to give it another go. You don't want to give it another go? That's fine. Farmers want to give it another go, chat. Not my fault. I give Chet the option. Chet says nah. Farm says nah.
I'm going to let you use one of my... Never mind. You can't use one of mine.
You fucking stupid! You stupid, Farm!
You're stupid.
God damn it.
That's 5.
That puts you at success. That puts you literally at 16.
Yay.
We did it. Let's go.
That's
Yay.
crazy.
It took 5 rerolls,
Chat,
guys.
you've heard it here first. Pathfinder, pay to win. That's what
right.
you've heard here, chat.
Oh.
Giving you all the bonus content.
Memory.
Took 5 rerolls to get back to where you started.
Yeah.
And my wisdom's a 14.
Luckmesius, right? Okay, so this is they're walking, right? You guys are walking, you're having this conversation, and you can't seem to shake that little bit of conversation that was just had with Tersian. It's not the whole brother thing, it's not the sister thing. None of that matters. There's one key detail that only you picked up on. You were leading this conversation with Keegan Gelf. And you're confident. You are so confident that he had absolutely nothing to do with this, that he was just an old man in his zone, in his element, right? But there was something about the way he composed himself, and when he looked at Solsora, he sort of touched his arm, and it wasn't just a touch. You realize that he stroked from the shoulder down and stopped. He went just like this and stopped, right? Just this small pat. And it wasn't a tap. It was quite literally a slide. The same way that you would pet an animal. But then he stopped, glanced down, and pulled his hand away and tucked them into his front pockets. Star fist, star eye, star whatever it was. According to Tersian, his familiar was missing. So much so that he has been shutting down his shop early, oftentimes before lunch, most days. And while you may not know much about familiars, you do have people in your party that has a depth of understanding of how spellcasting works and how important a familiar might be.
Hey guys, there's something that kind of clicked with me when Tersian mentioned his familiar being missing. Also, by the way, he closed at sundown, but all the other days he was closing at lunch looking for this familiar, but we didn't see a familiar there.
I kind of picked up on that as well, but I didn't want to mention it in there.
I literally said out loud that.
I doubt he has any monetary issues. Seeing that he was able to close his shop early, I doubt he would stop now.
But
so
how do they work?
Well, see, here's the thing. A familiar is... A lot of people think of it as a pet, but more along, it's a helper, it's a servant. But in the process of acquiring one, you basically kind of tie a piece of your soul. You exchange small pieces of your soul with each other. So should something happen, should the familiar get killed or something like that, you're going to feel it. It's going to damage you. It can do permanent damage to you. So,
but could somebody lock them up where you can't get them?
Yes. I mean, it in the end, it's an animal with some magic abilities, but it is still just an animal. Put a rat in a cage, unless it can walk through walls, it's going to be stuck in the cage. And as you know, I didn't see any. You guys say you heard something sketchy with the way he was talking.
Oh.
I believe you. So here's the thing. If you want to manipulate someone, you get a hold on them, and a familiar be like the equivalent of kidnapping a child. So if someone stole your son or daughter or whatever, it would be almost the same, at least to someone who is magically inclined.
Well, when I was in front, you guys probably couldn't see, but when Solsora was talking to him, he sort of went and stroked like he had something on him, like a pet was supposed to be there. And that's when he started acting all funny and slapping his belly and stuff.
Like an old habit.
Yeah. Well, he's a gnome. He's probably really old, so he's probably been doing it for a long time.
You think someone has leverage on him then?
It's possible. I don't know.
What if the Dark Creepers took his familiar in exchange for help?
In exchange for a master key.
Well,
and they gave it back because they finally got the kids.
Well, it wasn't there, so maybe they didn't give it back.
Yeah.
I mean, and that would be now that you say that, that would be a perfect reason why he wouldn't want to talk with us. I mean,
yes.
And if he now knows where his familiar is, he would have no reason to close early.
Yes.
I mean, these are wild speculations, but I can't say that they don't make sense.
Well, what do you think we should
something?
do? Head back there tomorrow and continue snooping around? Should we stake out his shop tonight to see if anything happens?
I think you should make a decision about being a guard. That may carry more weight than us just barging in.
Look at it this way. You've got, I mean, you would be a page under your sister. You would have more leeway that way. You could have the full authority of the city with you, and you could have us acting as like a team parallel to you, so we could be approaching things from two different directions. At least authority-wise speaking. That's my suggestion. Take it or leave it, but personally, anything to stay closer to your family, I would jump at the chance. I mean, look at me. I'm going to be visiting an orphanage every day until we find out whether Andros really is my brother or not. So,
Hey, look at you guys having family to visit.
well, you can. Hey, Rowan, if you're looking for family, well, ours is always willing to adopt more.
I'm not looking for family until I'm strong enough to protect them.
That sounds like there's a story behind that.
Yeah, maybe one day I'll trust you guys
That's-
enough to tell you.
Oh,
And-
so you want to dig into my trauma, but yours
I
is
don't-
off limits all of a sudden.
I
Well,
don't
yours
give
is
a
in
shit
front of
about your
us.
trauma. As long as it gets us citizenship, we'll deal with it. That's
Can we
the
get
first thing I
past
care
your
about.
trauma? We don't care. Can we just figure out if you're going to go to talk to Leona or not, please? I'd
That
rather
was
not
the
stand
plan.
here in darkness, so I can't see anything anyway.
I mean, it's
How
all
do
the
you know
same
it's
to you
dark
if you can't see.
Everything's dark.
She
Now you
can't
know
feel
how
the
Garth
sun on
is.
hers. She can't
How
feel the sun on hers.
about you guys go find your lodging, and I'll go have a nice chat with Leona.
Deal.
Cool.
Maybe you'll get accosted by some prostitutes again.
I never told you guys that.
That would be important information to tell us.
Accosted is an incorrect term.
That the last laugh accosted you on the way home. That might be important to tell your.
See,
your party,
here's the thing. You never told
might
us
be.
that, but as soon as he mentioned it now, you know, your quick denial tells us exactly everything that happened.
actually
That's
a-
above board.
It's a secret ability of his. He's like, I can smell the horse on you.
I mean, I do have animal senses. So
You can smell the streets.
I smell the pheromones.
Anyway,
Man.
There were 3 of them.
God damn it.
Just a big sniffer, like.
That reminds me of the short. It's like of the like comic. It's like, I don't hate that my son is fat. I hate that he does fat things. It's like, and it was cut in half. How can you smell a sandwich was cut in half? Anyway, Aaron will walk off to the gate to find Leona.
I'm still stuck on this. I'm sorry, I'm stuck on this. This is too good.
Carter, we're out of here.
How could you know that? You're covered in glitter and you smell like pixie dust. I was accosted by a fairy from bad. There was a unicorn too. No. It's too good.
After Aaron gets far enough away, Aiden, I look at the others and say, so we're not going to the boarding house, we're going to the bathhouse, right?
That's what I thought we were doing.
I mean, whichever you want doesn't bother me.
Okay, yeah, let's go find that tunnel.
All right, I've been outvoted.
Aaron from Beyond is like, I can show you the horrors later.
Yeah, let's drag the blind soul Sora to more places.
Let it be known I don't agree with us going without Aaron, but lead the way, Carter. If we're going, I'm going with.
Oh, you want me to shout for him?
At least we.
He
know
needs
the
to talk
social
to
interactions
Leona.
are
That's
offered.
far more important than what this currently is.
There's 4 missing kids, but if you say so.
I love that he's the voice of reason.
There's about to be 5 if Aaron doesn't talk to Leona, so we're gonna have to get that moving first.
That was so good. Ivy had the dad stance. He literally put his hands on his hips and took a 10-foot step back.
Yeah.
That's been Carter's mentality this whole time. Like, I don't know if you noticed, he's getting a bit curt with Tercia. Like, your family drama's interesting and all,
Yeah,
but about
exactly.
those kids.
It's about the missing kids.
like the reason we're here, by the way.
TikTok, motherfucker.
We gotta go.
It's
All
been
right,
over
lead the way,
24
Carter. I
hours
can't see.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, where's the bathhouse? I'm still blind.
Well, I mean, Aiden would have to probably.
I'll at least verbally direct you because I probably know where it is, or could at least tell them how to get close to it.
It was established early on that 21 years ago
Oh, that's
there
true.
was no
it was
bathhouse.
not there.
Correct.
Well, then I don't know.
Correct.
That's right.
upset.
I forgot about that.
It is
I
something that
wanted
you
to-
guys could look into tomorrow unless you would like to accost the locals.
I was about to say, I'm about to go find a local.
I mean, it's late at night. Or
We
they're still
just
locals.
go tomorrow when everyone's awake.
Yeah, let's.
Let's go find the lodging instead.
I was gonna say, did Jenya tell us where the boarding house was?
No, she didn't tell you where she said she would get it solved by the next time that she saw you. So it's probably something that would be handled by now, but you'd have to make it back so she could tell you that.
To the church, then.
All right, Cuthbert, we're going.
The church is
At
not.
least
far
it's
from
on the
ours.
right side of the map to us this time.
Correct. It'll take you guys about 10, 15 minutes. 10 minutes probably tops to get there. It's not far.
Perfect.
Yeah, I mean,
How long is
And-
my walk to the gate?
that's fucking long. You're all the way across.
It was the.
It's Southgate.
Southgate.
It's Southgate.
Oh yeah, that's other side of town.
That's an
Let's
hour.
go.
You literally
That's an
walk
hour.
Hey,
from-
another hour walk for you, buddy. Getting all your
He's getting his
steps in.
steps in, man. This is like a casual 30,000 step day for him. It's all
Oh,
right.
I did that
And-
all the time. That's whatever.
And you're literally walking past the fucking Slippery Eel Tavern.
Yeah, the more walks he takes, the more prostitutes he passes.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Literally.
You know what, though? I've got to ask. I can't imagine you're thrilled about the prospect of seeing your sister right now.
No.
What are the odds that you just stop at the Slippery Eel anyway?
No. Aaron would probably take Obsidian Avenue as far as he could.
It's literally, you're going the longest way
fucking
around?
circle.
Holy
hours later.
shit.
Well,
Morning's
it's
come.
the
Aaron still hasn't
look,
talked to
it's-
Leona.
It's the town guard barracks. They're all the way on the end of the city wall there. I come out onto Obsidian Avenue and take the widest route possible. He doesn't want to talk to his sister right now.
Jet point, laugh at him, please.
She's gonna be there all night. She's not going anywhere.
I mean, that's fair. You're not, no lies detected. No lies detected.
Yeah. You can maybe like pass by Gelf's locks on the way. I don't know.
Are you gonna take the longest possible route? Because you could technically go clockwise and make it even longer somehow.
I could go east, up and around.
Yeah.
Past the north gate all the way around.
I just love this concept that you're you are of adult age and you were once a guard. You're now kind of like a free man. You've been afforded an opportunity to return to a position at the guard without having to go through re-entry, but you might be accepting the life of a sellsword, yet you're too afraid to be spoken to by hookers. Is crazy to me. It's insane.
Well, I wouldn't even
nasty.
pass. I wouldn't even
Not
pass
to
the
mention-
Slippery Eel because I would come out on Obsidian Avenue, and would I go down to High Scroll Street and then down to I'm not passing by there.
Just putting it out there. You've got directions. You got destination.
Well,
I'll take a whole. And
something tells me he's walking like a little kid that just got scolded. Just shuffling along, kicking rocks and saying, "Stupid! I have to talk to my sister."
It's whatever. Aaron will take.
You could even mention that. You didn't even mention that to Tercion.
What? Oh, I said I'd talk to her and give him an answer by tomorrow.
No, about the fucking last laugh harassing you at the Slippery Eel Tavern. That's pretty big news.
I didn't.
Too above board.
Nah, I didn't tell anyone.
He doesn't want to talk about the hookers.
No. I mean, what would be I guess it's not the shortest path.
No, but just looking at the map. Just going.
Yeah, I'm looking at the map and I don't pass by.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, look how fucking close it is to the barracks. Don't you think he would want to know that they're that close to him, operating that close to him? That's what I meant. Like,
oh well, it was one person posing as a hooker, allegedly. I mean, it could have been someone actually. They might be operating out of that. They might not be. Could have just been one person.
There are 2 prostitutes that work there missing. And now there are last laugh people operating out of there.
Yeah, and we can go there in the morning.
Okay, sorry, I'm back. I was walking back to my desk and I got lost in my way walking beyond the guard bracks.
Yeah.
It was
Wait, did you get accosted by the slippery eel?
I'm not. There's an obvious joke here, but I'm not gonna do it.
After you get accosted, it's the slippery eel.
No, low-hanging fruit here.
Yeah, your complexion is looking rather rosy there. You sure you didn't encounter the glitter patrol?
I didn't this time. I went to the bathroom.
Next time,
surprise.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
Surprise.
So have you decided?
Yes.
Yeah, Aaron's gonna walk. He'll take probably not the longest path there, but not the shortest either. He'll probably stop by. He'll walk by Gelf's locks again on the way down there.
Okay. Sure. Is there a reason, or are you just trying to get a peep in here and see what you can see?
Just to see if he's turned off his lights or whatever.
Did you just drink scope? Like, that's messing you up, dude. And you're muted now.
Spicy water.
Gotta love it, yeah.
Spicy water and then muted himself. Combo.
Yeah, I failed my ability save there, sorry. No, just to see, there was, barred windows on there, right?
Yes. Just
to see if he's turned the lights off for the night, I guess.
Sure, I got you. I'm with you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. All right, my friend. While everybody else finds their way back to the church, you'll be met with Jenya. She's grateful for your return. She hopes that the day has been easy, or at least easy enough, all things considered. She's sad to see that your vision has not returned, but some of that is somewhat expected. She does say that she spoke with someone. She got a line through Rufus to someone who owes her a favor at Minuta's board. They said that they could post you for a week. She does say, I would recommend moving cautiously. It's a place that anyone can stay. It's at a cost lower than every other location in the city, so I cannot guarantee the theft of your belongings, that sort. Keep your purses close to you.
Okay.
Thank you for your help.
Of course. You'll find your way to Minuta's board and realize that it's just a boarding house. There's nothing fancy about it. And the people that are sort of coming and going, you realize, are the everydays. They're like your blue-collar sorts, but you wouldn't have guessed that they didn't have homes or families to go to, but that's sort of the case. In case per case, you're looking at individuals who are bereft or who have addictions and issues that they have to contend to, be it gambling or another type of drug, or maybe they've spent all of their hard-earned income at the Slippery Eel. Whatever the case may be, everyone here appears to be as down on their luck as the next. When they see you enter, you do get a few curt glances, nothing that seems hostile, but more than a few people are sizing you up. You're never bothered, but you'll find a small corner. There are 3 cots available, and there's enough blankets that you could make a pallet sort of on the ground. There aren't really much in the way of rooms. In the rooms that are there, they're kind of doorless, and many people are inside. Nobody stops you. You're not sure why. Nobody here really looks like they're in sort of an attire of someone who's a matron of the facility. Maybe you were spoken of before you to enter. Maybe they know what to expect when you arrive. But nobody stops you regardless. You find your spot. You place down your things. Is there any conversation before you retire?
Do you think we have enough time based off the riddle?
I don't know. That part wasn't very specific, but I'd like to operate under the assumption that we don't have more than a couple days. People went missing every few days.
Well, it's been what now? 6 days and no one knew, so I expect there may be another soon.
Based on the riddle and now what we found out about his missing pet, I think we need to revisit him first thing in the morning and really grill him. If we want to do anything in the city, we need to become citizens, and this seems like the best thing to do, besides the fact that we're helping find missing kids.
Here's a thought. If he is being coerced, maybe he's also being watched. We may want to be discreet in how we interrogate him.
Maybe being not discreet will put more pressure on him. I'm not one to sneak around.
We gotta go find the stonemasons also.
Well, I mean, if he's involved, we might not even need the stonemasons. If he knows how they're moving people, or where we can find where they're staying, these little dark creepers or whatever.
They'll have to go down either way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
even
it'll
if he's
narrow down
helping,
which
you're gonna-
one.
he's not gonna know how to go down.
Yeah, we'll find out when we get more information from him. Even if I have to break his stilts.
Well, we know what we're doing then at first light.
Yeah. Hopefully with a guard.
Hopefully.
The conversation will not necessarily end, but the camera rolls away as both of you nod in agreement, hoping that Aaron will just come to his senses and pick up where he left off. Not necessarily because the city needs it, but because each of you need it. You need someone with a foothold in the city. And our camera spins away from Minuta's board as the onlookers seem to watch, judging your intentions, testing your mettle, even if from afar. Nobody dares do anything, especially not while you're awake. But the camera will pull back from the building and break just over to the top side of the city as it circles the bowl several times over before settling down over the top of Low Sword Street. See, Aaron, you decided to break beyond the Slippery Eel, making your way down closer to center of the bowl and dip away into Low Sword. You said you wanted to find your way to Gel's Locks. Just to look. You already had to go that way anyway.
Mm.
You know, it's probably about a 30 to 40-minute walk. And you're sort of left with all of these thoughts of everything that's sitting with you. You're stuck ruminating. It's so much so that your mind is running the gamut of all potential opportunities of conversation with Leona, conversation with Tercion. How do you gain your position back while also working with your newfound allies? You guys have been through some things. Some trauma cannot just be easily walked away from. Also, how will you operate as a guard with some of these individuals, knowing full well that they are prepared to do some very, very less than discreet and evil things? You can't forget about that room. The room beneath the house where they were prepared to sacrifice the boy. They were picking him up to put him in the bowl. Aaron, this is why you forsook your own thumb. The path before you, while paved in good intentions, does not necessarily lead to heaven, my friend. You have a challenging road. Many difficult decisions, many very difficult conversations. Probably quite a few bruises along the way. Before you realize it, from the rumination, that 40 minutes has elapsed like that. It's a snap. The cobble seems familiar. That tree over there, you're certain that wasn't too far from Blue Water. And if that's Blue Water, then Gel's is, yeah, there it is. The 2-story blackened home with the iron bars. Do you stop? You slowly walk by. What does this look like?
Aaron, I'll stop. I'll kind of size it up, trying to think about kind of the dimensions of the place. I mean, I probably say it's a large building.
I mean, it's large for him. I don't think that it's necessarily large for you.
No, large for him. I mean, really well fortified for a lock shop.
Very much so, yeah. It's kind of wild because this looks like, have you seen, like, in your mind, picture a classic castle and how it has the outer wall and it's got like that half circular building with a crenellated top, right? That's sort of what this looks like. It looks like it's a fully, like, semicircular building made of black stone with a crenellated top.
So is it like a full turret or is it a semicircle?
It's a full turret.
Okay. Must have cost him a pretty penny to build, even 20 years ago, or longer than that. He was around when I was a young boy, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of money to put into a lock shop. Even if you trust your own skills, it's not going to pay off very fast.
Aaron, I would like a perception from you, and if you are not happy with the first roll, if you don't feel like it's good enough, feel free to use them until you don't have them. The DC is difficult.
So that's 2 rerolls. I have 1 more left. Would you say with a desperation die I would get within the DC of that?
I'd say you'd have to roll pretty high.
Hmm.
What was your average roll here? You rolled a 14?
Yeah,
it's a
it's a
plus
14. I have a +3. I'm trying to think if it's worth it to try for the...
You should roll the desperation die, and if it sucks, then reroll.
Christy, you got a tally on how many desperation die I have?
I do.
I do.
It's
I
6.
had the tally except today.
It's 6.
So.
It's 6 desperation die. We are in trouble when he wants to cash those out.
Well, technically it's only
no.
5 because he did use one. I have marked 4 out of 5 on here.
Yeah.
So he did
He-
use one.
He has 5,
Yeah.
So he has
and I
5.
just gave him 2 more, so he has 7.
Oh, okay, so it's
Yeah,
6.
true,
That's
true,
fine.
true, 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 true.
Fine.
No, he has
I
7.
s- Is it? I thought it
Yes.
was. Okay. Okay.
No,
I
it's
trust.
7.
He has
I trust.
7.
But he used one, so he has
Yeah.
6.
So
No. He used one and he still has 7. So he would have
Oh,
8.
interesting. Okay, then I must have missed another one somewhere. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
ooh, yeah, no, that's
Well, that's not what I suggested, but fair enough. I wouldn't bother now.
I'd say the dice told the story. You're not meant to know it.
You're not getting there. You ain't getting there, Chief. And you could save us a desperation at least.
Aaron, from where you stand, I'm assuming you're probably middle of the street.
yeah,
You
not
glance up,
getting.
and while you don't see any light into the building, you can see the iron bars. You swear you can see what looks to be a shadow passing beyond the window on the second floor. You can't make out any details. You can't tell if it is Keegan or if it's another person. The building wasn't designed for a gnome or a halfling. It's designed for a medium-sized creature. But you are also aware that Keegan uses stilts.
That he does. Aaron will wait a little longer to see if another shadow will pass by the window.
How long will you wait?
Maybe about 5 minutes.
Okay. Okay. Can I get a new perception?
Better.
Would you like a desperation die?
Shit. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I will.
Aaron, you definitely see a shadow cycle by in the next 5 minutes. There is no pause at the window. It's quick. It's diligent. They're not stopping to peer down or look out, but you definitely see another shadow passing by the window.
Hmm.
You kind of think to yourself for a moment. The city is alive, Aaron. You're hearing the normal sounds, the people living in their homes, in the buildings around you. You already know the Blue Water Academy is not far, and it can be loud at times, especially based on the way that Keegan explained it. But you hear something fall behind you. You hear the audible thud of something falling.
Roll initiative.
Yeah, Aaron will turn around.
You turn back and you glance behind you. No one there.
How heavy was the fall? Was it like a sign falling, or like something heavier, or was it like something like a coin, or something like that?
Something maybe a little larger than a coin.
Hmm.
Did you want to investigate? Maybe try to see what you can find?
Is it in a? Did I hear the noise from? It's behind me. Is it from like another home?
Yeah.
And out. So if it sounded like it was like inside a building.
No, not inside a
No?
building.
Not inside a
Definitely
building.
the sound of something falling to cobblestone.
Hmm. Aaron will take maybe 3 or 4 steps towards where he heard the sound from, see if he can get a better look. But we'll be wary of approaching any alleyway.
Sure. Would you say you're on guard?
Absolutely.
Do you have your weapon drawn?
He does not.
You take a few steps. You glance around. Something does seem a little out of place, but it's a bit closer to the front of the building. Small, silvery instrument of sorts. Maybe it's a plate, like a tin plate.
Something metallic, though.
Yeah. Give me a new perception, please. Don't fuck it up.
Jinx.
I fucked it up. You have to say, don't fuck it up.
I don't remember how much a 6 reroll is. I don't know
It's
if you
too
deserve
much.
it.
It's too much.
Too much.
I don't know if you deserve it. I think you might have to suffer it.
Yeah, I think the dice tell a story.
It's only another 50 subs.
Aaron, you take a few steps and your eyes focus. It shines from the moonlight, one of the many moons. It's this almost iridescent blue that bounces off the tin. It's not far, 8 or so feet away. You take a few steps closer. It's very odd and out of place. Something like that falling in the city would draw attention. This isn't just some kind of tin. It feels very familiar. You're not sure why it feels very familiar, but you know it's expensive.
Would I be able to make a memory test or like a wisdom check to see if I know why this feels familiar? Like
Sure.
Something
Yeah,
I
give me
might have
a memory
seen.
test.
Just straight wisdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, not great.
You swear you know what it is. It's something that it's got grooves in it, and you can rotate it, but you're not sure what it goes to. You know you've held it before, though. Maybe not this particular one, but one very much like it. Do you reach for it?
I mean, all my focus is set on this thing. I mean, so it's like sitting in front of this building. Like it dropped from somewhere and it's now sitting in front of this building now.
Yes.
Touch
it. God. Even or odd, bub.
For what?
See if I touch it, because I did. It's about a 50-50 in my mind.
Even.
Aaron grabs it.
You reach down and grab it, and it does look very familiar. You've seen something like this before. It is something that's expensive. You can't quite place it, but as you're glancing at it a little bit more, you realize this is a lens cover for a spyglass. Spyglasses are immensely expensive. They're like 1,000 gold.
And a spyglass. I'm gonna look up towards the roof.
When you glance up to the roof, you can see that some of the thatch has an indentation in it. Aaron, before your head falls, you take minimum damage, 5. I need for you to make a fortitude save.
That's not great.
Aaron, you whirl around as you feel something sharp puncture into your rear flank just above your buttock, left side. It pierces, and you can feel the pressure. The heat of blood begin to run down your back into your linen pants. And as you wheel around, you see a blackened cape spin, and it fall to the ground, disappearing into the shadow. And then you notice that your eyes, while you command them, your vision is not following. Where you're expecting to see things, you're starting to see tracers. Pins and black pips in your vision. And then you feel the pressure of your head bouncing off the cobble and you black out. and we end right here.
Did you not see me for the last like 50 minutes doing? And then we call tonight's session right here. Farm kept laughing at me, so that I had to yell at him. And be like, Farm, stop looking at me.
Nope.
How are we feeling?
Bye, Aaron. Goodbye forever.
Feeling like
Aaron just a little bit overconfident, and we know what that does.
It's a
feeling I'm
slow and insidious killer, folks.
we're gonna be illegal aliens for a while, guys. No citizenship for
We
us.
we have to now call the Dark Creepers and be like, I have a very specific set of skills.
Jesus Christ. That's horrific.
Leona's
I
gonna
will
throw you
find
guys.
We
Rowan
Leona's
does.
gonna hunt you down.
This is not our fault. This is
We told
not
you-
our fault.
we told you to
gonna-
talk to your
This is
sister, not
fault.
go here.
Yeah, she's gonna show up to the
It's your fault.
to like the boarding house, be like, where's my brother? And it's like, he was going to talk to you. Well, where have you been? In this boarding house.
With the other degenerates.
Yeah. That's gonna look some kind of way. Either way, that's happened. You know what? I'm not gonna be the guy to sit here and tell you to don't split up the party, but
Every time Aaron's done it, there's been bad shit. I don't know why we keep doing
These things
this.
hap- these
This is
things
the
do
same-
happen.
This is the same song and dance we've done 3 times now. I don't
This is-
know
it's-
why we keep doing this.
it's just about isolation, right? Like when you isolate yourself far and away from protection, because there is protection in groups, right? You're easy to pick off. Even if you were a guard, even if you are a fighter, you can fight all day long until you can't.
Now,
But in this situation, we're not in a dungeon. We're not like in the middle of a fight. It's in a
He
city.
was- he was
Going to
supposed
see
to go
his-
see
It's
his
in a
sister.
city.
Yeah.
A city Aaron feels relatively safe in.
Yeah.
Something where you guys, you didn't want to be in on the conversation with my sister. Be a little awkward.
You didn't want us there anyway.
No,
Also
I
What
didn't.
do you mean?
I didn't want to
Also true.
go. I didn't want to go in the first place, but
We know after your conversation with Tercion went so well. Horrific.
what are you talking about? Me and Tercion have an amazing conversation. We're
Yeah,
very
you have an
open with
amazing
each other.
relationship.
It was
that
a
doesn't have
great
any
conversation. It was the
insecurity
first
in it
time
at
they've
all.
ever agreed on anything. Did you see how quick they were? Like they had each other's back. Like, no, well, there's nothing. What are we going to say? There's nothing to say. We've talked about
There's
it.
nothing to say.
If Leona was there, now Leona would have talked sense into both of you.
Oh,
We've said
man.
everything
Talked
that
or
needs to
smacked
be
sense into
said.
both of you.
Smacked, yes.
Hell hath no fury. Leona is fierce. she's a
Facts.
fierce woman. Oh
You
man.
love Leona.
Okay, guys, that's episode 11. I hope it was as much fun for you as it was for me. Thank you for watching, and as always, come back and see us later. We'll see you next week with episode 12. Good night,
I love
everybody.
free rolls.
Bye,